whatnot.
Okay, there we go. That was much cleaner. Now let's give it a moment and see if it goes through.
It says it shows a little indication of you're live, but I don't have the video.
I do. Just refresh.
Oh,
Should be
there we
back.
go.
How's it looking? Nothing falling apart?
I think everything's exploding.
Oh, damn. Well, it'd be that.
Yeah, your stream's blowing up right now. It's just detonating.
I'm not even seeing it yet. It says you're live, but it's not showing. There it goes. Yeah, it looks good.
All right, and that being the case, then let's go ahead and get into the game. So, what is going on, my frosty friends? My name is Wintercast Ice, and welcome back to Discord Dungeons and Dragons with the Solaires. Fuck you, Tiny.
Oh,
You
God,
language.
Sammy Tiny.
Son of a...
Fuck you, Tiny.
What did he do?
You don't want to know.
I lost
don't
the game.
Don't look. No.
Oh, whatever. I already won that shit, so...
Good for you. Well, welcome back to Discord Dungeons and Dragons with the Solaires. Say hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
Yay.
We're in hell.
It's always what's up, my frosty friends. It's never how's up, my frosty friends.
How is
Not
up?
good.
How is
I tell
up?
you,
Is
I
up doing
tell
good?
you what.
Pretty good movie. Pretty good movie.
I never watched it.
Mid.
You're
Have you
lying.
not?
No, not a lie. Legitimately, never watched it.
You're fucking
Nah,
lying
with
to
you.
me.
I'm with Winter. I've never seen it either.
That's not legitimately. That's not a lie because my own mother has gotten on my case for not watching it.
And it seems
That is
mediocre at best.
disrespectful.
I just remember seeing like trailers for it as a kid, and I was sad.
You would be a sad kid, wouldn't you?
Gotta say,
Alright, guys, we're not doing D&D today. However, we are going to do a movie stream of Winter watching Up.
Watch this shit get taken down immediately.
Hell yeah, I'm going back to Ace Combat then.
Hey, if you
We're not
stream it
going to
on
actually
Twitch,
show you the stream, just his reactions.
if we stream it on Twitch, they can't actually take you off the air or ban you until the stream is over. So
This is true. This is true.
Oh yeah, I've seen people do like movie commentaries and stuff like that on Twitch.
No, we just have to make it transformative.
Yeah, no, just it's one of those movies I've been meaning to get to. I have Disney Plus. I can watch it at any time. I just have not done it yet.
You don't need to.
I will. Like, that's the truth of it. Is like, I will. I just keep pushing it off for some reason. Don't know why. Like, it's so funny because it's like, oh, is it because it's sad? It's like, no. I watched movies like Coco, and though that movie punched me in the face with how sad that was.
Yeah.
It was not even like sad in a
Coco
bad
a
way, just
lot.
sad in a very beautiful way, but just oof. Like, damn. But anyways, enough about movies. We're here to play Dungeons and Dragons. So
Do we have to?
yes, we do, because I've been waiting 2 weeks for us to get back to it.
Alright, I'm ready.
That being the case,
Also, it's too late to change stream idea.
nope, too late. We're already in it. So better say thumbs up. Let's do this. Leroy Jenkins. So that being said, let's go ahead and talk about what happened last time on D&D. The Solaires. After finally making their way to Starlam to deal with the Broken Skull, Garnan confronting his brother Ezrin and on a giant ass pedestal in the middle of the city, while the party is aiding against Ezrin but fighting other demons and a tricksy little artificer who was also controlling 2 of their allies. A long-standing fight, a lot of demons, a lot of back and forth, but eventually they were able to put Ezrin down. And as Garnan knocked him from his abyssal form and held his blade high, wasn't going to kill him, but make him pay for the things that he has done. Unfortunately, where Ezrin landed, he would be absorbed in by the abyssal portal, which, because he is not a demon, he was essentially eviscerated. But that being said, though, the party then started to feel as suddenly they were watching the sky move downwards. As the city started to fall, the party had to grab on to the ground. Garnan, in his giant form, was able to like punch his fist through like the a part of the fucking pedestal in the center of the city, and was able to kind of hold everybody down. In the meantime, Blue and Henrik, flying as fast speed as they possibly can to get to where the arcing conduit was, got there to see that Omar had already destroyed a bunch of parts and pieces connected to the arcing conduit. So aside from the massive amount of damage to the conduit itself, also on top of that has lost all power to the system itself. Desperate and needing to be able to stop the city from falling, Henrik had to essentially attune himself to the arcing conduit of a pretty massive size, and in doing so, basically wrecked his body in many ways to essentially absorbing what could be essentially the power of maybe a demigod into his body, pumping it back out of his system and being able to get the arcing conduit, having to make 6 saving throws, which he completed successfully, was able to make 5 out of 6 saves. And in doing so, was able to prevent the city from falling, prevent Jatharia from being destroyed, but unfortunately not enough to force all of the power back into the arcing conduit, because of this, essentially ripped a hole in the fabric of the plane around the city, causing the city to essentially Star Trek style push light speed away. And in doing so, the party found themselves in a plane wrapped in fire, a plane surrounded by war, heat everywhere, intensity all around, and only the people on top of the city could see what is the surrounding areas. For Blue had to watch Henrik take this power in, and very much fucking die. Pulling his time amulet, Blue was able to save Henrik's life. Was able to save Henrik's life, but unfortunately could not cure him of the magic sickness that came with him taking in that much power. At this current moment, Henrik's maximum HP is still only 3 until a wish spell is cast to free him of it, and his max wisdom score is 1 until a wish spell is cast. So with that being said, I am gonna ask this question of you guys. Who would like to start first? The party that's currently underground, with a very tripped up and very scared. Well, scared. Yeah, I mean scared, because he would essentially have chronic paranoia and definitely a level of schizophrenia, since he can't actually.
They're in a room, and they just stay on drugs all the time.
We have to.
I think we'll start
We have
with.
to start with
So we'll start with the party up top, because
Yeah. The Artificer is currently out of action, both in and out of game.
So let's talk about the people on top.
Garnan. So I assume we see ourselves going into Avernus, right?
Yes, you guys watched as essentially a portal was ripped, like a fabric of the plane was ripped, like almost like a blanket, and you guys saw like that the city was essentially being pulled between between the cosmology. It definitely
Doctor Who style.
Yeah, very Doctor Who style. That's a very solid reference there, Stray. As essentially you guys, as the city makes it into the realm you're in, you guys feel the heat.
Gotcha.
You guys see flying monuments of sorts. They're not like the city. They're almost like just singular like columns of stone just flying in the air. You see creatures with red skin and horns, very, very somewhat similar to Belwraith, but not as wild or untamed. Very very fine, very what would be the proper term for it? Almost a level of elegance to how they to like how their bodies look. But you see that they are wearing armor that is like obsidian steel. You see them like unlike the demons, you see them fighting coordinated, like as if with a military might. And on top of that, you guys also see swarms of demons as they are what appears to be a massive field, because you guys are still in flying. You guys are in the air. Like, you guys can see, like, you on the guys on top of the city can see a fight between devils and demons. Whoa.
Interesting.
But that is what you feel. The only person, and honestly, it's very uncomfortable. Like, the humidity is very uncomfortable here. The only person who honestly feels like fine would be Belwraith, because of the fact that Belwraith is a tiefling.
Garnan fucking hates this.
Yeah, because
He
it would be
hated the
freaking
desert.
out.
He hates this so much.
I was muted. I said, hell yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Okay. So, is it safe to assume the party knows that this is Avernus?
I would say roll. I mean, you guys have never been to Avernus, nor have you ever learned anything about the Hells. So this would be a religion check. This would be a religion check. I would say Belwraith with advantage.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Because technically, you guys have none of you are studious in devils.
Oh, we're starting off strong here.
Is with advantage.
Wow, Belwraith natural one.
There you go.
I'm an idiot. I pulled out my real dice and rolled with that. I'm a dum-dum.
Nope.
Yeah, I know. I'm pulling up Belwraith's sheet or Garnan's sheet.
Don't pull up my sheet.
I'm gonna pull up your sheet. I'm gonna roll with your stats.
Oh, okay.
So I'm more likely to succeed. Oh.
With a 10.
10.
But I say with your rules.
I should have kept the real.
Yeah,
I got a
excuse me.
15.
Excuse me.
True, Tiny.
But so with Garnan and Kazir, you feel this heat, and at first maybe a slight thought of like, oh, maybe the plane of fire, maybe like, an elemental plane. You guys know that's a thing. But when you see creatures with the same like red skin, and like you guys have seen like Kazir's like familiar is an imp. You see much more horned, fanged, and winged like versions of Ivy. And it's like for Kazir, as a Pact of the Fiend warlock, like you recognize like, oh fuck, oh shit. And Garnan, it doesn't take much for you to realize like, oh, we're in hell. Like, you don't know where in hell, you don't know anything much about hell, but you get the sense probably like a part of you, maybe a little bit of a fear that this might be a part of the abyss.
Garnet just looks over at Belwraith with dread.
But Belwraith,
This ain't good.
with a 17, you are a cleric, and you were trained in Scales of War. You have learned your entire life what it means to deal with creatures of the other planes, especially the Hells and the Abyss. You technically, unfortunately, don't have the other benefits of being a tiefling, being a standard tiefling, because you are a demon tiefling. So there's a level of you get the sense that, kind of like Maddock, they're probably not going to look at you well.
Yeah.
And you're aware of that. But you are aware that you are on the first layer of the 9 Hells. You recognize, based on like the landscape and like the battlefields and the flying monuments, it's like, yep, this is the plane of war. About to say, for the 9 Hells, this is Avernus, which is
Do I
not
know the
good.
way?
This is what. No, you don't. You.
Do I know the way out?
Oh no, you don't. The only way you know out is a banishment spell.
Yeah.
Garnan is going to immediately just look at Belwraith with this dread in his eyes, say, "God damn it, Bimp, can you haste me?"
I can. I don't have a lot of magic left, but I can at least do that for you.
Okay, I want to try to get as many people, as many civilians packed up as possible, and I want to do it quick.
Just remember that it only lasts for a minute.
I will try.
And she will cast haste on you.
Okay. Like Garnan said, he is just going to take off, double dashing, trying to find as many people as he can, telling them to basically just meet up where the Solaires are at, or like a safe house nearby.
Okay. So Garnan, in your giant form, I imagine you let everybody down.
Yes.
And I would say at this point you would lose your giant form.
Right.
Just because it has it lasted longer because of the fact that you were essentially, let's be honest here, like the Ravaged Dragonaut was working overtime for you.
Fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I'd say,
Fridco was giving me my stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely definitely a boon of being a champion, essentially.
Yeah.
But
Garnan is gonna circle around, get as many people as he can, and then like ask them for information on where more people might be.
All right. Where do you start? There are multiple sections of the city.
Let's start the northernmost area.
Okay.
Or actually, no. Which face is like? So, which face of the city did we go into Hell first?
You guys went in
Was
through
it like the eastern part, the northern part,
eastern?
southern?
Yeah,
southern
like
part?
kind of like the northeastern part.
Okay, he's gonna start at the northeastern part then. The people that have been in for the longest.
All right.
And he's kind of just gonna go back and forth until he goes from the exactly north to east, to south to east, and just southeast.
Right. Well, where the thing
He's
is,
going diagonal.
remember, this is not a town that you're going to. This isn't a village. This isn't a place you could get around in like a minute. Like Starlam is a city.
Yeah.
What about thaumaturgy? What about thaumaturgy stacking?
It would work, but I would say you as a battle commander, like having experience being on a battlefield, if you do that, they might not be the only people to hear you.
Yeah.
You're over a battlefield.
It's not like we're unnoticed. It's a fucking city.
That's true, but they
That's
don't.
true.
But at the same time, they just see a flying city.
Mm.
So that's up to you. You could do it. I don't let me
There's
deter
an
you.
element of stealth.
Okay,
That's
just
sort of there.
one thaumaturgy wouldn't let them hear though, right?
I say if you use thaumaturgy, it increases the volume of your voice by ×3, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
if you did it, if you did it and you were close to them, it would be fine. But if you were to try to say like do what you did when you were in Patstow, it would.
That would be. Everyone in Avernus would hear us.
Yeah, you get the sense that maybe that might get some attention, but at the same time,
I'll give thaumaturgy to Garnan.
Yeah, 3 times louder.
I can cast it myself. You're good.
Oh.
I say 3. Just no, 3 times is louder. It still isn't super loud, but it's loud enough that like if you said it, like a block would hear you for sure.
Right. Yeah. He will do thaumaturgy and just say, if you can hear me, I am part of the Solaires. We have come and we have killed Ezrin, your captor. Make your way to wherever the Solaires are, so like the center of the city, right?
Yep, you guys are on the pedestal in the center of the city, with the exception of Henrik and Blue.
Right. Make your way to the center of the city. We have a safe haven awaiting you. And he will just repeat that message as he continues.
He's going northeast. I'll go southwest and do the same.
All right. I say, you who currently have the majority of your party, the only person
missing is Blue and Herma. Or Henrik, not Herma. Herma's not here.
I say, yeah, no. Right now, it's you guys. But I say it's in the center of the city. It is Kazir,
Oh.
Belwraith, Garnan, Bimp, Knackle, uh, Filman, Karik, and unfortunately, and Alosa. But Alosa is out. Like she is fucked up.
Before I leave, I'll say, Knackle, see what you can do to help Alosa. Kark, Filman, provide security on the east and west side. Bimp, do your best to cover the north and south.
I will do what I can, but remember, Belwraith, we are.
Limited in numbers
she-
and many people to protect.
She looks at you, and like you can see like the exhaustion in her face. I burned a lot of magical power in that fight. I will do the best I can, and I will make sure that I will protect as much as I can. But we have to remember our limitations too.
I'm aware. I'm not doing much better. Do what you can. We have no choice. Knackle, if there's nothing you can do for Alosa, cover the south side.
Knackle will kind of give a nod and just go, I will do what I can, friend Belwraith.
What should I do?
Provide security. You'll be our reactionary force if you hear either me or Garnan call out for you. Then you and you alone will come. Everyone else will stay here and cover the civilians.
Honestly, if I can make a suggestion,
Of course.
Kazir, you are much sneakier than us, and you can see, and you are quite a bit more perceptive. If anybody should be keeping an eye out for any devils, especially any that could be coming up from the air or sneaking through the city, you would be the best person to be able to see it.
Very
Good
true.
thinking.
In my state of being, I'm really all I'm good for is muscle. And you kind of see him like stretch, and you can like similarly to everybody else, like he is also not doing well. Like you
Is he
guys took
banged up?
quite a bit of beating.
Is he banged up?
He's doing okay. Like he's more than half his health at this point, but like you guys like got laid in hard.
He'll take, Philman will take a second level cure wounds.
Alright, you wanna tell me how much?
15.
15? Nice.
How's Karak doing?
Karik is doing okay. Like fortunately, because you guys knocked him off the pedestal.
He wasn't really here very much.
He wasn't here for much of the fight. You guys were able to kind of keep him like out of the fight.
Okay. Do I still have my spiritual weapon?
Your spiritual weapon only lasts a minute. It would have been gone at that point.
Okay. Karak will get a first level cure wounds. Fuck! 4.
Hey, health is health. You kind of just tap them both, and you just see some of their wounds start to heal up. And you just see
have this. Do what you
Karik.
can.
Karik kind of gives you like a grabs the edge of your shoulder, like the plate of your shoulder. Careful out there. There's a lot that could be potentially dangerous. You've seen the Underdark. This is much, much worse.
Kazir, how are you?
I'm pretty out of game. I'm pretty hurt, but I'm not sure how to explain that my max HP is only 87. So,
Just
like,
say you're pretty hurt.
I'm at less than more than half health.
Naka will kind of look up at Belwraith and go, "You go ahead, friend Belwraith. I am also starting to reach a limit in my abilities, but I am much more capable for healing wounds. You should save your abilities in case we have unwanted visitors."
I'm sure we will.
And
I'll fuck off to the southwest.
alrighty. That being the case, just gonna check something real fast because I gotta look at how many spells Knackle has left. He used pretty much all of his big spells.
Yeah, we boned.
To put this in perspective, he does not have he only has 4th level spells and lower at this point. He has burned through all of his high level healing spells on you guys. However, Knuckle is still going to reach out to you, Kazir, and he is going to cast a 3rd level Cure Wounds, which, because of Supreme Healing, rather than rolling dice, he instead uses the highest number possible for each dice. So you heal for 8, 16, 24, plus his wisdom, which is plus 5, so 29, plus the level of the spell, which is 3, so that would be 32 HP.
Yeah, that brings me to max. Well, I mean,
Plus
to
2.
Oh, plus 2, so
more temp max.
so 34 HP. You regain 34 HP.
Yeah, that's right. That's the max.
Knuckle looks at you, and you, if a robot could emote, you definitely see like the lights on his eyes are starting to dim ever so slightly.
If I had a nickel for every name that rhymed with Auric, I'd have 2 nickels.
Which isn't a lot.
But it's weird that it's happened twice.
But I say, you watch as
What names rhyme?
Karik and Garik.
There's one more.
Is there?
Zarek. That is Philman's real name.
Oh, like the card Kazark?
Oh,
Zarek. We haven't called him that in forever.
I didn't know that, so.
Which, by the way,
0.
as he looks at you guys, as you guys are like getting adjusted, you see the Zeta Rook look at you guys and go, if you guys want to focus on those areas, I'll head towards the west and see what I can do over there. But fair warning, I didn't get the chance to tell Garnan. There are a decent amount of them that are shackled and chained down. They were to prevent them from even trying to escape. So you may end up having to free them and try to help them that way.
ooh, shooting.
Do you know where?
The ones that are shackled are mainly on the outskirts, like near the walls of the city. They, unfortunately, those were where the biggest runes had to be, and that's where they would keep a large portion of the slaves. There would be there are still a decent amount in the towards the middle of the city, but you guys didn't. You guys would have seen them if they were more open. They're more spread out, and they would probably come towards the center if you requested them to.
Alright.
Which, I mean, I wouldn't even make Garnan. I wouldn't even make you roll for that. Like, if you were flying over and you're like actually like perceiving, you would see that there are a decent amount on the outskirts, like chained. Some of them injured, some of them are dead. Like,
He will attempt to keep a mental note of where exactly they all are, so that he can come back. He wants to cover all the ground of Northeast first before he comes for them.
all right.
Makes sense.
Can I say things? Probably around this time, Blue would have used his setting stone towards Bimp.
Okay.
Activating it, see if she picks up.
It takes a moment, but you see Bimp as before she leaves the pedestal. You guys like Belray, you because you had been caught talking with everybody. You would also see Bimp pull out the sending stone. Blue, I'm here. Wait, what's up?
We got the city stabilized, but Henrik's, I don't know how to put it.
Yeah, which Henrik.
It's bad.
Well, yeah, which Henrik. To give this a description for you, you feel weak. You feel like pain surging through your body. You look around, and while you are incredibly intelligent, you are a very intellectual person. You are suffering from delusions. Like, you don't recognize where you are. You can't nothing looks clear or straight. Nothing. You like almost see like an individual, but like you knew Blue came with you, but you see a creature that looks like Blue. Maybe is it Blue? I don't know. But Blue wouldn't be like this. Like, would he talk like that? I don't understand. You see, you can't tell the intentions of Blue. Like, he seemed like at first it's like, oh, he seems kind, but what if that's not what he's doing? What if that's actually what he wants you to think? What if he's trying to kill you? What if he's trying to get information from you? What if he wants to hurt everybody else around you? Or what if he wants to take your inventions? It's just a scramble of thoughts, a scramble of paranoia. You don't know who's a friend, who's a foe, and you can't tell like who you can trust.
Nice.
Good description.
Sam just kind of like backs away from him.
Let's say, how bad is it, Blue?
Can Blue like do Arcana check to us see magic thing?
I would say roll an Arcana check with advantage because you are aware of what magic sickness is because you had to deal with it when you and Garnan both used divine intervention.
That's 1 plus Lana 16, so 25.
25. You can definitely tell this is magic sickness. The thing is like you, a person trained in Arcana, trained in the study of magic, the understanding of magic, and the flow of magic. Henrik had to take into his body, like, God knows how much magic was circulating inside of the arcane conduit. Like, he had to take all of that inside of him, almost the equivalent of, like, an avatar or a demigod. Like, he had to take that in and flow it back out, which is, honestly, from your standpoint, a testament to how powerful of a magic user Henrik is. But nobody, no mortal could do that and come out unscathed. Something's wrong. Something is very wrong. You just don't know the specifics, unfortunately. But you know there is no easy way to fix this. This is extreme magic. But I would say with Blue's
intense magic sickness.
I would say with Blue, with your passive perception though, you would see like Henrik typically wears like, sleeves and all that stuff. Obviously, like would Henrik have had his sleeves rolled up when he was absorbing the power, Herma, or would he have had his sleeves rolled down?
Well, I mean, doesn't the arcane heart take up all of the body?
It basically covers it up, kind of like a crystalline like armor. But I mean, like there would be like exposed bits and pieces. That's why, like, I asked, like, would Henrik have had his stuff like folded down so like his arms, like the inside,
probably rolled up.
Rolled up. Okay, that is but I say you would recognize, Blue, that along Henrik's arms, you see almost like a mechanical like line like design going up Henrik's arms, both on his like actual arm, like his right arm that is still mortal, and even on the crystalline like arcane heart prosthetic, like even that has taken on that design. That was a lot of power. And Henrik and Herma, unfortunately, Henrik has some tattoos now because those are like indented into his skin.
No, I'll regret that when I'm older.
No! At least I'll get to live to be older. But you hear on the other side, Balloon. Oh no, magic sickness. How bad is it?
You feeling all right?
You feeling all right? It's just Henrik in stunned silence.
Yeah, exactly. Just like staring at him. His eyes glancing over everything.
He's just staring at me. I think he's retarded.
Whoa.
Does Henrik
I was
understand
about to say that.
words?
Henrik understands words because he still has his intelligence, but you can't determine. But it's almost like getting warbled in his mind, and you can't tell if what is sincere and what is not. You can't tell if it's friendly or if it's dangerous. You have a -5 to insight. Like to put that in perspective, you like you have a -5 to perception, meaning that you have a hard time perceiving your surroundings. It's almost like you're what is it called? You're like having waking nightmares. It's like you're seeing like rolling shadows, like you're in the Shadowfell or something like that.
He's like keeps looking around, backing up a bit.
Eventually, you get to a wall.
He like hits the wall and he's like, who backed me into this wall?
There's no answer, or maybe they didn't want to answer.
He would he know those guns are still weapons?
Oh, he would, with his intelligence, he would know his guns are still weapons.
So he like pulls out his gun and like he aims it around. We'll say he pulls out the light shot.
Like you whip it out and you can feel at least that security of the light shot in your hand. But you have to wonder, did it ever leave your sight? Did you ever drop this? Is it still working the way it's supposed to? And it's almost like you feel the need to check it to make sure that it's actually like functioning and working properly.
No.
Oh yeah. When I say like a mixture of like schizophrenia mixed with chronic paranoia, that is what having a wisdom of 1 is.
I mean, completely fair, but still, oh no.
But you know, at least for the moment, Henrik, you know that this gun is this gun is one of the only things keeping you alive right now.
He's like keeps like pointing it around, not like knowing what his target is.
Blue, you watch as Henrik backs up against the wall, and he's holding the light shot and aiming it in like one direction 1 second, another direction, and then another. Like he doesn't know where to shoot, but he's just prepared. Okay.
Henrik, I suggest you sit down and relax for a bit, and Blue's casting suggestion.
Okay. I'm about to say, roll a. I'm about to say.
Wisdom save.
So let's see here. If I remember correctly, suggestion is a wisdom save.
Yes, it's
Roll a wisdom saving throw. -5.
No problem, guys.
You got this.
4.
4. You have no choice but to follow that suggestion. Like, okay, voice in my head.
I will relax and sit down.
Fortunately, you have to follow that
The voice
suggestion
in my
for
head
8.
is trustworthy.
Fortunately, you have to follow that
For
rule
8
for 8 hours.
Yeah, so you're forced to relax for 8 hours.
The only problem is your body is physically relaxing, your mind isn't.
True. Sit down and relax.
It's like that thing is from SpongeBob. It's just like, SpongeBob, come sit down and relax. Maybe put on the television. Why does my
Do
brain...
open, not because I won't.
Why does my brain keep talking to me? I say, make
Who
sure.
are you?
Blue,
Are you?
You okay? I am. I think I am. I hope I am.
Am I okay?
I don't think you are. You just did something really cool.
Did I?
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah, you did something cool. The city's flying now because of you.
You like. We're not in a city. You're lying. Right?
We're
I think.
no, we're in a basement in a city.
You press X to doubt.
And you said there was like a map on the magic thing that
Yeah.
showed us where we were.
Yeah,
Right?
on the conduit, you saw as like the magic was trying to come out. It's almost like the conduit, the inside. You know, as I have explained before, the conduit almost looks like a constant circulation of magic. It's kind of like looking at a snow globe where the flakes are never stopping. It's like a constant flurry. It's basically you're like watching the magic constantly spinning around and around. But as that excess magic had come out, you watched as it turned into a cosmos like color, like that, like kind of like a blackish purple, and you saw like the cosmology of the of your guys' universe. Essentially, you saw like not that Blue would understand it to that caliber. He would understand the cosmology as far as humans understand it, not quite to the same level as like higher level entities would. And essentially, you saw Blue. It would know that the world where you guys ended up was you guys burst into the nine hells. Like unlike everybody else who had to basically like make a check and try to figure out where the hell they were and try to understand what they know, you basically had the arcane conduit inform you like you are now in Avernus. Now, what Blue knows about Avernus, that would take a roll, but you would know that you would at least have a name of where you're at.
Can I check to see what he knows about Avernus?
Yes, that would be a religion check. No advantage on this because this is you guys read a book about demons, not about devils.
Yeah. Tough. Plus 16.
So 23. So
That one.
because you are a lore bard, it makes a lot of sense you would know about Avernus. It is probably the lair of hell that most individuals would actually learn about. Avernus is an incredibly dangerous place. It is a war-torn battlefield of a plane that incidentally where the river Styx connects the nine hells and the abyss. It is a battlefield that never ends. It constantly is under threat, and it is filled to the brim with some of hell's greatest soldiers. It is dangerous, terrifying, and you know that you don't know who they are, but you know that this realm has 3 rulers, not 1. I would say the only one that you would know.
Better run.
Yeah, the only one that you know about is that one of them is a fallen angel that had become a devil and had become corrupted. That's the only one you would know about. Because that would make sense lore-wise, it would make sense.
All right.
But that's kind of the wide known a bit. Oh, also with the 23, you would know one other thing. There are cities in Avernus. Like there is a civilization here. Like humans have come here and left with their lives. But you know that those people are typically either incredibly intelligent or incredibly strong. It really only takes one false move to get yourself fucked over here.
Yeah. How about we go to the party? That way they would be able to protect you.
But you just told me to sit down and relax.
You told me to sit down and relax. Now you want to go to a party? Yeah, right.
I mean, we can relax at a party. I won't go to a party, Dad.
I don't like parties.
Have you been to a party?
The only party I'm part of is the Solaris fake blue.
Well, how do you know I'm fake?
I don't.
Then
But I'm
how can I
assuming
prove that I'm real?
you can't, I think. Probably.
I mean,
Back up.
you're just gonna.
Tricky situation, ain't it?
We do have to get you out of here in case this place collapses.
Why would it collapse?
Because I was in here shooting up everything. Also, a meteor was dropped on it.
I'm gonna guess that you got lucky enough to be right about that.
You were the one who ordered the meteor to be dropped on it.
I was. I don't remember you being there for that though.
I was there for that. I was beside you.
The blue, real blue was beside me. I don't know if you're real or not.
I mean, I have the Raven Queen stuff.
Do you though?
Yeah.
How do I know it's not a fake Raven Queen?
Good question. I don't know. If they're a fake god, that's horrifying. Oh god.
That's what a. Huh?
Huh?
I'm sorry, I was laughing internally because like I read Walf's comment and it's just like, no, that's an intelligence skill.
Yeah.
Eating is intelligence. Without
Yeah.
intelligence, you would
Finding
know.
what to eat, however, that's
Yeah, how to prepare something and how to like make sure something you've removed something to be safe to eat. Now that's survival, and that would be wisdom. But like intelligence is the fact that Henrik doesn't just pick up an egg and put it on his face and try to just smear it trying to eat it.
Yeah, exactly.
So Henrik would know how to eat. He would know like
it in his mouth.
no how Herma's playing Henrik is very very well done for him having one wisdom.
Yeah. Uh, like I'm so.
I know. Say something we blue would know.
You have a 7-inch dick.
Oh,
That
God.
could statistically a lot of people have 7-inch dicks.
Lucky guess. Say something else.
The ingredients to the immunity potion are a. God, did we decide to name that thing? It was just a worm. Like a fucking weird ass worm. I don't know, abyssal worm. You did that, and that was about it. We gotta find another one of those. We could probably find another one of those.
Which organ specifically?
Good question. It was either the heart or kidney. I can't remember. I know it wasn't the brain. We absolutely destroyed its brain.
Sounds like something a demon would say.
5, 4,
Wait, what?
3.
Why are you counting?
You gotta answer the question, fake blue. 2.
Oh,
shit.
the organ?
Yeah.
The heart. I think it was the heart.
You think or you know?
I don't know. History check.
Oh no.
Can I roll history? I don't remember. It's been a while.
Wow.
Sounds like it's been a few years.
It has been.
Yeah, I was like, can I roll history?
Herma hangs on to shit for a long time.
History check. He's freaking out, but it's still a 21.
It was the heart.
The heart.
Lucky guess.
I'm very lucky. In fact, it's almost one of my feet. One of my many feet.
Lucky guess. This doesn't solve anything. Fuck.
And you just holding the gun. Seems like we're at a bit of an impasse. You answer my questions incorrectly, I shoot you. You answer my questions correctly. I don't know if I can trust you.
You might be reading my mind.
Sounds like something a devil would say.
You might have had your brain scooped out by a slime, and now that slime's impersonating you, and with all the memories of Blue, but not actually being Blue, just trying to get me on their side so you can lure me into a trap and kill me.
Okay, that sounds really cool.
No, it doesn't. That's what a slime would say. Hands up.
He puts his hands up.
Prove you're not a slime.
He goes and hits his head against the wall.
Ow.
Do it, Jiggle.
Ow. Do not shoot.
Roll a perception check. Which is also a -5. He jiggled a little bit. You saw that with his stomach.
Fake blood, I knew it. Get out of here, you slime. You're lucky I'm trusting Blue today since we already killed Dweeblex. Get you.
Yes, we did. You know, as our spirit forms rather than our actual forms.
Yeah, I knew it. You scooped out Blue's brain. Where is he?
What?
Is he dead? Did you kill him?
No, I don't want to kill myself.
That's what a slime would say.
That's what most people would say.
Right. Instinct to live. Fuck.
Yeah.
Well, I'm blind. And you're a slime. I don't like where this is going.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I don't know. What do you want to do?
I don't know.
I mean, I'm gonna just go to the town center. You can follow me if you want. Or not. That's up to you. He's gonna start leaving.
But Henrik,
Walk away.
Good. Come on, you can prepare yourself in case he comes back.
Wait, what is going to get the rest of his slime companions that are coming back to kill me?
Fucking
Wait, hey, I have to stalk him. I have to sneak up on him.
All right, absolutely. Roll a stealth check.
Make sure he's not plotting anything nefarious.
Absolutely. As a Blue, roll a perception check.
That doesn't beat my passive perception.
You know what? I'll be nice for this case. He is typically, typically like because you would have to make an active perception check. But I would say when you're through this situation, passively, you can see he's trying to follow you.
I can still roll if you want.
I'll be nice because of the fact, given the circumstances, like I would say Blue would like be like he'd be looking over his
He's
shoulder.
like hiding behind trees that are like obvious. He's like hiding behind covers that's obviously a bit too small to cover him, but he's too blind to notice that.
He thinks he's completely covered.
Quick, hide
Like-
behind this
like-
conveniently human-sized ramp.
Yeah, it'd be a 29 anyway.
Hi, Storm. Like I'm Dad's playing a game.
Hey, my cat just came up and started springing at me too.
Hey, twinsies. All right, so Blue, while you're doing that, you see, like, you guys see Bim look at you, Belwraith, as he's been talking on the stone. She looks to you and goes, "It seemed they were able to get the city stabilized. So we don't have to. At least we don't have to worry about the city falling. But according to Blue, Henrik isn't doing well. Apparently, magic sickness, which is really not good." But we should probably stick to the plan, though. If if you can use the flying carpet, I will do what I can here, and we'll split up, look for clues. Wanderer.
I'm muted. I'm a silly little bitch.
Yes, you are.
What the fuck?
Yeah, you are a little
To,
bitch.
to be fair, I was laughing the entire time between Blue and Henrik.
Yeah, I know. I agree. Good luck. Good hunting.
Absolutely. Oh my god, leave my mouse alone. Oh my gosh. All right. So with that being the case, Garnet, you use thaumaturgy on yourself, and you're like talking. You're like trying to tell the people to head to the center. That correct?
That is correct.
Leave my cords alone, you silly cat. My gosh.
I gotta make sure the slime mafia isn't after me.
The slime mafia. You
God,
motherfuckers.
yes.
You Benedict Arnold, you. I should have known Blue was a slime all along. I thought it was suspicious. Nobody moves like that.
How else can he be so sneaky?
Makes so much sense.
Of course.
He gets places that nobody else could. That is Garnet, because you are doing this, people are scared, so I need you to go ahead and roll a persuasion check. It is with advantage. It is with advantage because of the fact of your guys' status.
Can I actually intimidate them into going to the center?
I mean, you could, but that typically
man.
brings a bad reaction from people.
Okay, persuasion. Oh god, Avery, don't fuck me over.
Every. Hi. So, are you just gonna like hang out right here, like on top of all my stuff?
Yay. Yay.
Get out of quotes.
They got
Oh,
quotes.
oops. I gotta delete those. I didn't realize I was in quotes still. Oops.
Dumbass.
Idiot.
Stupid.
Fucker.
Don't swear.
Buffoon.
That's my ex-husband.
Shut up, you little fuck.
That will be a natural 1, but it's actually a 17 total.
17. Alrighty. Hold on a second. Okay. Kitten, I love you. I love you so much. But I had to move my daughter. She just would not leave my stuff alone.
A furry daughter.
Yes.
You have a furry daughter, Stray?
No, why?
Oh my god.
All right.
It's
Garnian,
just the term that came to mind.
you see that there are definitely some people who have been either hiding or like seeing like that, like some of the demons around them are fucking paste. Uh, as you're like flying around, you do like take notice of like there are people in chains. You see that there are people who are struggle, like some people are like struggling, and at first they don't seem like, you see some of them are like but then you see a couple of them like that look not as like weakened or not as ruined, like probably newer slaves kind of walk up and go like, don't worry, that's Garnan of the Solaris. They are here to help us, come on. And you like see some of them actually helping lead some of the slaves to the front. Some of them are needing to be carried or like leaning on other people because they of their injuries. There are some,
I
obviously
see
some
anyone I
dead.
know.
There are some that are dead that they can't carry the bodies with them.
Right.
And
Do I
Garnet,
see anyone I know?
here in this section of the city, no.
Yeah. Okay. I don't care about any of them. They can all die.
However, you do see that some of them are infected, and some of them are like heavy into the infection.
Okay. He
Ooh.
will continue around that area and just say, if you have black spots, keep away from the other people. Form your own group.
All right.
We have a cure for you waiting. Maybe.
I'd say that's a lie.
Garnan thinks that he might.
But yeah, Garnet, you do see the people shackled along the outer wall.
Right.
Leave those guys be.
Like I said, he is going to take a mental note of where they are and then come back once he covers the entire area.
That is a Belwraith.
Mm.
I imagine you're flying on the carpet.
Yeah. Moving fast, thaumaturgy on myself, doing similar.
Are you heading south, east, southeast?
Southwest.
Southwest? Okay. As you're going that way, I imagine you say something similarly.
By order of the Arcardinal of Padstow, move to the center of the city.
I'm going to say roll a persuasion with advantage. The DC will be lower because you mentioned your status.
I'll be right back.
Persuasion.
Mhm.
How about intimidation, which I have a +10 in?
Are you like trying to be like commanding and trying to be like forceful with your words?
I mean,
He's a pretty forceful guy.
it would
I
definitely
mean,
be like...
intimidation doesn't necessarily mean like. And correct me if
It
I'm
would
wrong.
be forceful.
Yeah, it's not necessarily meaning
do this,
that
do
you're-
this now.
Yeah, it's not like you're threatening. You're just being very forceful with your tone.
Yeah, that's accurate.
I will allow you to use intimidation. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
intimidation isn't always like, get your ass over there. It's like, sometimes it's just like,
27.
it's like the stern, like, listen, I am a
It's
person
like
of power.
just
Go.
barely below get your ass over there. 27.
27? But I say, you do have advantage, so if you want to try to.
Oh, do I?
Because you
Crayfish?
mentioned your position.
27.
Still 27. As you say that, like, some people at first are like, oh, it's a devil person. But then it's like, no. Like, some of them are like, but he is from Padstow. He is the Arcardinal. I say, we know.
Is he though? I don't think they've gotten much news from Padstow.
Remember, Wanderer, but I say, these people were taken, some of these people were taken before Belwraith went insane.
Yeah.
So he was being announced to be the Arcardinal.
Oh, yeah.
So which means some of these people have been here since, like, Belwraith was set to be the next Arcardinal.
Yeah, that's true. I have not been here.
Yep, that is correct. But I say, the thing is that when the party first found out Starlam had been taken, that was back in, that was back in Melbourne. So that was,
That was just barely when I came in.
yeah. You guys, about to say you came in not too long, not too long after that. But they had found out about that in Melbourne,
Hmm.
meaning that the city
Well, you
was.
came in Makanali.
Yeah, you came in
We learned in
Makanali.
like section 1213 that Starlam had been taken.
Yeah, you came in Makanali, not in Melbourne. So you hadn't even joined the party yet.
We originally were actually going up the ravaged path to go to Starlam.
Mm-hmm. So this, so some of these people didn't know. Some of these people expected you to take the position.
Right.
So
one way or the other, 27.
absolutely, and with your passive perception, you also can tell that the people along the outer wall, they're shackled. They can't move. And similarly to how I described it to Walth, you would recognize that a lot of these people are injured, malnourished, weakened, and some of them are heavily infected. You would even judge that some of them are near the turning point.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'll do another very quick pass over, as quick as I can possibly be before going to the people who are shackled.
Absolutely, which I mean, easily done because you're currently on the carpet, like you're basically like Aladdin riding it around.
Yeah. How shackled are the shackled people?
These are heavy shackles. Like they're not like how but I say how the angel was shackled. But I say these are more like just like solid steel shackles.
Yeah.
But I mean, like you would know, like a solid whack would break these pretty easy, especially with the Holy Avenger.
Yeah, done.
Absolutely.
I'll do that.
I won't even make you roll for it because of the fact that like you would have to roll pretty abysmally not to, like if this was a combat situation, I'd have you roll. This isn't a combat situation. You easily could just come up and just.
If it doesn't go in the first, it will in the second.
Exactly.
Sick.
But I will say this.
And similar to Garnan, I'll be quarantining people.
Absolutely. I will say, Belwraith, with your passive perception, some of these individuals do look familiar, but not because you know them, but because they look like somebody. You see a decent amount of furbolgs that have like a lot of Garnan's traits.
Do I know Garnan's tribe? What the name is? I don't think it's ever been impressed upon me, but
I don't think you do. He's not really brought it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I doubt it was mentioned.
I don't think I mean, I've mentioned it maybe once or twice total.
Do you think in the moments where it's just like travel, where we're not really role playing, would Garnan have mentioned it then?
Probably not. Not unless he was specifically asked. And if he were specifically asked, I would want to actually roleplay that moment out.
Yeah, that's fair. So then, no, he wouldn't. He'd be like, yeah, they kind of look like Garnan, but it doesn't mean he knows them or they know him.
Yeah, agreed.
So carry on, move to the center, folks.
Absolutely. Like, unfortunately, everybody who's like towards the center, they are not shackled. They are not trapped. They are, about to say, they, as soon as you tell them, they are like carrying themselves as much as they possibly can. Again, similarly, there are plenty who are dead that they are leaving the dead behind because they can't. There's just too many.
Yeah. Some of the more injured I may take with me on the... no, I'd take children with me on the thing.
Not
the carpet.
Not to go there because I don't want to make that too much of a thing. There are none.
Damn.
These are demons, and you as
that's fair.
About to say, with your knowledge, they don't make good slaves.
Yeah.
That's fair.
They make great food, though.
They do. I can, as a demon tiefling, I can confirm that.
We were also told that Ezrin was making like massive sacrifices.
Yes, he was.
We were told that.
And they probably went first.
Yeah. It's like I obviously don't want to lean on that too much, but kind of similar to Dark Souls.
In that case, Belwraith is seeking out people who are slowing the group down, either accidentally or otherwise.
Absolutely.
And he'll be throwing them on the carpet and bringing them to the center.
Absolutely. And just above board, kind of similar to Dark Souls, you don't see children because of the fact that children wouldn't have survived.
Yeah.
I say that being said, though, that dark, depressing, and horrifying topic aside, you aid the sick and you help the people who are injured as much as you can. And I say, Kazir,
What's up?
I imagine you were sticking close to the center, but I imagine you're taking your time, like trying to look around, make sure that nobody is investigating, nobody is sneaking, none of that stuff, none of that shit.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Go ahead, and I'm gonna have you do 2 rolls for me.
Okay.
I'm gonna have you, for starters, go ahead and roll me a stealth check, because I imagine you're trying not to be seen.
Oh, definitely. There it is. 30.
That's a 30. All right. And then I need you to go ahead and while you are hidden, go ahead and roll me a perception check with advantage because you are
Sweet.
Because you are well hidden. No one knows you are here.
Fair enough.
26.
Dang it! Why couldn't it have been also 30?
I know. That's always
26.
it's always the hope.
Yeah.
And I say with a 26, because I imagine Kazir is very much like Batmaning this. Like he is like going from like building to building, rooftop to rooftop, like very much like staying in the shadows as much as possible. In fact, I'd imagine he's probably using his sword to travel between shadows when he can.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely, I kind of forgot about that.
Kazir, as you're kind of like you're again, I imagine sticking close, but going far enough to be able to see as much as you possibly can. You do notice something. It is so subtle, and you can see that they're definitely trying not to be noticed. You see a couple of those imp-like creatures. Very similar to Ivy, but definitely more devilish features. Oh, get out of here. Sorry, not you. I'm about to say, fucking, my computer is just like, did you know about this service? Like, get out of here.
I thought you were talking to Storm.
No, not Storm. I'm about to say, Storm's fine. She's just chilling over there.
Now.
She's just chilling over there on my bed right now. But you definitely see some imps. Go ahead and roll me an insight check.
All right. Not my best strong suit. Ow.
7.
7.
You can't quite tell what they're doing. It's really hard. Like with perception, you see that they're looking, and they're definitely like looking around everything. But you can't gauge like what their intentions are. Only that they are kind of looking around and trying to be sneaky.
I'm probably going to regret this, but there's only 2 of them, right?
There's 3 of them, but they are kind of spread out.
What do I know of him?
With no rules necessary because you have IV. Imps are typically like little scouts. They're like like creatures that are used as familiars by like warlocks. But to devils, they're basically the first line. They're the ones that they're like, if these guys die, who cares? Like there'll be plenty more where they came from. They can fly. They're poisonous. They can be incredible. They are incredibly deadly. But to the right circumstances. But to somebody of your caliber, your skills, and your training, easy. Like I mean, not to go there, but I mean, like if you wanted to like snap Ivy's neck, you easily could. Like it's not like these creatures.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's not like these creatures are incredibly powerful. If Kazir was able to sneak up on them and like get a sneak attack, they wouldn't survive.
Then that's exactly what I'll do. Actually, what I mean is like, would I know if killing them would trigger more curiosity than trying to mislead them?
You would know that killing them killing them and them not returning probably would tip off that something's up here, but at the same time, them going back and reporting everything they find would mean whatever sent them probably has a better idea of like what's up here and who's here and like what the stance is here.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So that one's up to Kazir to determine if like which one's better.
Fair. Dang it! Why can't I not think? You know what? Yeah, because there would just kill him.
Absolutely. Go ahead. I'm going to need you to roll a stealth check because you are going
No
to have to sneak
problem.
up to each of these guys individually. 25.
Oof.
Okay. The first
Oh,
one.
wait, yeah, double proficiency.
Yep,
So that would be actually 30, right?
Yep. Well, you have double proficiency. You already have double proficiency on there, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
+3. So you have because you have a plus 15
okay,
on
I
your stealth.
realized. Yeah, I see that. As soon as I said it, I saw. Oh, plus 15. So yeah,
I got you. Don't worry. About to say with that,
it's not quite on right today.
you are the city is your friend. You know the rooftops. You know alleyways like the back of your hand. Like yeah, you've never been here, but most of these cities are the same with how they design how people get around. So you're able to very deftly and very quietly get to where the first imp is. And that is no, you know what? On the off chance you might get a nat 1, go ahead, roll me an attack. Just an attack, no damage. Just
Okay, so just a d20.
yeah, just a d20. It is with advantage because he does not know you're there.
Well, thankfully that's pretty good. 18.
Yeah, 18 plus stuff. You easily hit him. Because they haven't had a turn, assassinate activates. It's a crit. You kill the first one. Like legitimately, there's no way. Like just off the 66 of the sneak attack doubled. There's no way you more than doubled the imp's hit points.
Sweet.
Like just yeah, no. But I'll need
And
you.
like some kind of demon, he just warps in, slits the next, warps out, warps to the next.
About to say you like basically you essentially cut their neck and you kind of push them as they turn into flame and they just and then to ash because they died in their realm.
Oh yeah. Shoot.
About to say they're not dead. They're not just dead. They're dead. How got some store? Ah.
Another stealth roll.
Yep, another stealth roll. God, son of a
26.
stop it.
Storm.
Yeah, no, the second one does not.
silly storm.
The second one does not see. The second one does not see you. I say, go ahead and
Sweet.
roll an attack. Roll an attack with advantage. Natural 20. No need to roll the second one.
I'll just roll. Just.
No, heaven or hell. Let's
Good
rock.
thing I did do that. Huh? Talk about extremes.
I say natural 20. I mean, your dice were already doubled for assassinate. You fucking once again, just kind of literally without like a demon, just kind of like warping in and just grab the mouth, slash the throat, and then you just let the devil drop, and again just into ash and fall to the ground. One more stealth check. 28.
Nice. 28.
I'm gonna say, as you sneak up on this one and you go to attack, go ahead and roll a d20 with advantage.
Oh, thank God for advantage.
Jesus. High
Oh wait, I did roll. I did roll twice by 3 times X.
Yeah, well, it's okay. You would have 15 plus bonuses. Again, as you go for this one and you appear behind them, like fucking Jason like fucking Jason.
Oh, nice reference.
I'm gonna say you you grab. He's like, you hear this imp go, okay, that's good to know. Let's see what's over. And you just watch his lifeless body just drops to the ground and just into ash and nothing.
Excellent.
Alrighty. Make the dice go away.
How did you do that? No, not important.
So, but because you're, as far as you can tell, those were the only creatures that have come up to investigate so far.
All right.
I will take away your privileges. Make that go away.
Yeah. All right. Sweet.
All right.
User will keep on scouting just to play it safe until everyone comes back.
Absolutely. And in the meantime, with Blue, it takes you a little bit because I imagine you're trying not to go too fast to make sure that Henrik has enough time to follow. Tiny.
You're muted.
Yeah, about right.
All right. Just make it. I'm just asking. You can tell me. You could. I mean, at this point, you could just tell me to fuck off and fly into the hells.
I mean, that'd be funny, but no. He's kind of just moving at his normal pace.
All right. I'm gonna say, Henrik, that secret slime is just moving up ahead. You keep up with him, no problem.
Doesn't even realize I'm right behind him. He says somewhat loudly.
Actively monologuing. Narrating himself.
But
Krog playing Krog.
yeah, pretty much Krog from just but Blue, it doesn't take you very long to be able to get back to where you needed to go, since you know the path. It's easy for you to follow. You do see that there are people heading towards the center, though. Like a lot of people who are injured and like covered in chains. Some of them looking malnourished, some of them looking weakened. They do look at you with like a moment of fear, because you are uninjured, unharmed. Make the mustache go away.
Oh. Excuse me?
Talking about the roll 20.
Good to the mustache.
Excuse me? Uninjured, unharmed?
Well, I mean, as far as like in comparison to them.
I mean, yeah, but Blue's on 11
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
out of 157. What happened? Oh, great. Everything's gone.
It's fine. I can fix that in the meantime.
Can you control Z?
I could try.
Do it a couple times.
There we go.
Ah, it worked. Yeah, I'll just get rid of this mustache myself.
Good
Oh,
call.
I can't. I don't have access to it. Because it was Control Z and I don't have access. So never mind. There we go.
Blue sees them and just kind of waves. I'm Blue Knight Meadow. I'm here on account of the kingdom.
You see a bunch of them look at you and go, Night Meadow, are you part of the royal family?
I am.
Oh, happy days. And you still see that level of fear. Are you related to the tyrant?
No. You have not heard at this point, but the tyrant has been dealt with. The kingdom is now under a better rule of the queen.
You see one of the like older gentlemen is just like, under the proper rule, she was supposed to have the
I
throne.
agree with that.
Good to see.
She's doing a great job of it.
Good to see Queen Atharia back on the throne proper. But pardon the hesitation, son. Just we've been through a lot.
You sound like a friend of mine.
Don't worry. What is this person?
Human.
They sound gatorful.
I was a human. Probably like older, or probably like like late 40s, but probably like either a farming or a blacksmith background because they got some natural bulk to them.
I understand. Don't worry. We're doing our best to fix the situation.
Fair enough. Any idea where in hell we are?
Well, hell. You seem
Oh,
brave enough, so I'll keep it. Yeah, I'll keep it true with you. This happened because of that cult that was, you know.
Hmm.
But we will get it back. Don't worry.
fair enough.
We have the strongest group in authority here to help out.
Well, we're not in chains anymore and there ain't no demons around, so I have to assume that you at least telling half the truth. We'll go along, especially since the Archdinal's here.
Yeah. Don't look. Just don't look at the person following us.
He just like looks like back and hold on a
I
second.
got an 18. It's not that terrible.
Yeah, no, he does. He looks and he does like, who are you talking about?
And it's just one of the others in our group.
Fair enough. You just see this guy kind of keeps moving forward. He kind of walks up to another group of people and like he's like helping somebody walk along and make their way. This does take you guys a bit. Like you guys are kind of like traveling, moving. It takes about like an hour plus for everybody to like help out, like leading people. Like if anybody's like breaking chains and helping like the people on the outer wall make their way. It's good. This is going to be a process. But I say, Blue, are you heading like directly back to the pedestal?
Yeah, gotta get Henrik back.
Absolutely.
Gonna kind of follow along with the groups.
You do see.
Trying to keep a lookout, see if you can see any devils.
Absolutely. Go ahead, roll me a perception check.
Nice. Not great.
I say that's. I mean, that's still like you still have like a plus like a plus 13 to perception.
Yep. That'll be a 18.
An 18. But I say no devils. Suspicious grew a bunches of suspicious like piles of ash, but like other than that, like yeah, not really anything else.
It just piles back. Yeah, sure.
But I mean, like those could be
Just
those could be
well,
anyone's ashes.
Yeah, those are. That's a tough one.
So that being said, you get back to the pedestal, which
Yeah.
I assume you climb up?
Yep.
I mean, you can fly, but it's, you get what do you get what I mean?
There would already
Close
be
enough.
people here waiting from Balwraith's trips back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, they're like just kind of all like gathering together in the center of the city. They ain't climbing the pedestal.
No.
That was the sacrifice in pedestal. They ain't going near that.
Yeah.
That was the martyring pedestal. Let's not be near that.
Yeah, they're at the bottom of the pedestal. They're just kind of like circling with each other, like helping each other.
If anywhere is haunted, that's it. That's the place. That place is haunted. The murder pedestal, that's haunted.
There's definitely at least like 10 people who look like they're on like that are kind of gathered together. At least 10 of them look like they're on the verge of turning. Like you get the like Blue, it like with Blue and the rest of you guys, like with the amount of experience you guys have had with people who've gotten this, gotten the abyssal plague, you can definitely tell a couple of them are like maybe a day from turning, maybe a couple hours for all you know. Like definitely that that last day is always the hardest to determine when they will turn.
Yeah.
But they're starting to get some demonic features, and not in the elegant way that Belwraith has them. But that being said, as you get to the top of the pedestal, Blue, you do see that Knuckle basically has a Losa laid out on a bedroll. You see that Philman and Karik are around. They're not at the top of the pedestal. They're actually towards the bottom, like helping round people up and like separating people who are infected from those who aren't, trying to keep as much of like as filtering as much of the people as they can, not in a mean way, but in a like a stern, like especially Philman in like the stern crocodile, like the Gator Man way of like, don't just do this. It's fine. You're not going to be treated any worse. Like we're trying to prevent infection here.
Once Blue gets to the top, he's going to don his Plague Doctor mask.
Absolutely. And you see Knuckle look up at you and go, "Oh, hello, friend Blue."
Hello, Malcolm.
I see that we are no longer falling from the sky. Means you have successfully been able to keep the city afloat.
Yes. Yeah. Henrik had to sacrifice most of himself and his sanity for it, but for now he is alive.
You see Knuckle kind of like look down the pedestal and sees like Henrik moving so slowly, trying not to be noticed. And Knuckle's just like, friend Henrik is acting quite weird.
If I stand completely still, I turn invisible.
You know, Henrik would
She's having
Henrik
time.
would go part Drax with that low of wisdom.
One sir.
Yes.
You want to activate his magic eyes.
You wish to activate the magic
Since they've
dice?
been off. Yep.
All right.
Magic eyes.
Oh, magic
The
eyes.
dice.
Okay. Definitely
Yep.
uncomfortable, but not blinding. There is a lot of magic here, and it is similarly to like looking into the abyss. It's definitely not a comfortable experience. Like there are points that you kind of have to like shield your eyes or look away because there's just too much magic here. It's a lot of like darker magic. Like this is hell. Like this is actual hell. Is there something you're trying
Is
to look
there-
for?
There is. It's trying to. Is there a tear?
Oh, you're looking to see if there's.
Were we transported or was it torn?
But I say, all right, go ahead and roll a perception check. This is going to be a straight roll, not with no disadvantage or advantage, because you have to like actually kind of shield your eyes, kind of like binoculars around your eyes, to like keep yourself from fucking going blind here.
We 17.
17. You kind of look around, and as you're like looking around, there does not appear to be any tears in space around. From like, and you can see like this is open sky from miles. You do not see any tears or openings in the sky. You get the sense, based on your knowledge, you were transported here. Like you basically a rip happened, you went through, and it's almost like the rip like stitched itself back up.
A one-way portal.
Who's going to try to activate his sending stone to Mary?
To who?
Mary.
To Mary. As you tried to do so,
Yeah. You can activate.
it does not seem to work here.
He is going to. I do have one spell set. He's going to just cast Sending.
Okay. And what is your message? Okay, Storm. Why are you being
Mary.
Sorry.
Transport. Oh.
No, you're fine. Go. You go ahead. I apologize.
Mary. Transported to Avernus. We will try to get everyone back. Hope it's okay over there. There are a lot of dead.
Okay.
Good luck.
I need you to roll me a D100. You need to roll above a 5.
The drawback of Itharian spending stones, they don't work across planes.
99.
99, you are fine. Like, your message gets sent through. Alright. I'm going to roll. Okay.
You said the time stream for the Hells was similar to Itharia, correct?
I mean...
Yes. Avernus is similar.
Yeah.
Just Avernus is.
Yeah, just
from the one's lower on.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, Storm. What is going on with you? What is going on with you? Why are you being like this?
Snuggles.
She never wants snuggles when I'm anywhere else in the house. But, like, when I'm in my office, that's when she's just like, but Dad...
You know what it is, Winter?
Hmm.
It's the fact that your computer stays hot. Therefore, you stay hot.
I mean, I'm always hot. Thank you very much.
Hey.
Wink, wink. Wow, wow. Why do you think I wanted to go to Minnesota so bad?
I mean, you know, no, but like, not even. I am not like in the sense of the attractive way. I mean, like, I'm like a furnace. I'm always like warm. Like,
You look a burn, huh?
like I radiate heat. Like that's just who I am. And I say, so it's like that's not an excuse. She's just doing it because like, oh, you're alone in a space that there's a bunch of lights and stuff, and like I can get Dad alone. Why don't you go bug your mom? She's probably just reading a book. You can go sleep on her legs or something. All right. Anyways, well, she's just vibing on my desk. You do get a response.
All right.
Glad to know you're alive. Civilians are safe in New Starlam. However, try to warn you, we have lost contact with the capital. Updates soon.
I'm shaking.
That's really not good.
Lou's eyes close for like a solid 10 seconds before he just yells, "Fuck!"
Just you see Knackle just like holy music cuts.
Winter, I'm shaking.
I know. But as you guys are kind of pulling yourselves together, trying to regroup, I'm going to ask you all a question. Of all of you here, whose maximum constitution is 20?
I think mine is.
Nope.
It's not.
Maximum?
Yes. Is any of your guys' maximum constitution 20?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm scared.
You all feel something. Like in
No,
the
I don't.
in
You're
the
lying to me.
He's not wise enough to feel.
Well, I don't have to explain this necessarily for Henrik, because Henrik is fearful all the time, because he can't make a fucking wisdom save to not be scared.
Garnan can't be feared.
Or so you think.
Also, Winter. We never went back to May, by the way.
Oh, I know. We'll
I was
get back to you
Okay.
because this takes time. Like,
Gotcha,
and
gotcha,
as
gotcha.
you said specifically, you were trying to get as much people in that corner as much as you can. And in the northeast corner of the city, there was a lot more people.
Fair enough. Okay, so just so you're aware, once he feels the haste starting to wear off, he will get closer to the ground when the wave of lethargy.
I imagined, like, no, I didn't imagine you needed to tell me that. I imagine as soon as Garnan felt that he would have, like, landed somewhere secure and just, which definitely, Garnan, having haste cast on you twice and trying to do all of this stuff at once, like, you are feeling it tax on your body.
Yeah.
But for Henrik, you're fearful all the time because you can't make a wisdom save to save your life.
Yeah.
But for all of you guys whose constitution scores that are under 20, you feel a shaking almost through your body and almost into your soul. Garnan, as a paladin, you're immune to fear, but even you feel it. Is anybody's constitution under 18?
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Your body kind of starts to tense ever so slightly, almost reactively. Is anybody's constitution under 16?
Yes.
Mine is 16.
So 16, Garnan, that's where you catch yourself. You're able to kind of like stern your body, but it's unnerving. For all of you who have a constitution under 16, you start to feel sick to your stomach. Is anybody's constitution under 14?
No.
Mine is at 14.
You were able.
Same.
Blue, you almost feel like you're gonna throw up, but you're able to catch yourself as you hear one of the most baleful roars in the background none of you have ever heard in your life, as you don't hear just one, not two, not three, not four, but 5 roars of an ancient dragon in the background. Nowhere near you. Nowhere near you. But you can hear it.
Oh shit, no thank you. No thank you. No thank you. We need to get the fuck out of here. No thank you.
Yeah.
I feel like we should probably leave. Yeah.
That you don't know. That's Tiamat. We need to leave.
I say, Belwraith,
We need to go.
Belwraith, Kazir, Garnan, and Blue. That sensation you felt outside of the prison of the Star Plague, you feel that same sensation, almost like your gods are trying to warn you. But I say, Kazir, similarly to before when you guys were found out, you feel that same like presence in your mind. But unfortunately, no words. You can't hear anything. You just feel like a sensation, almost like a fear. Like it's not even like it. It's hard to like put into words. Like it's take the scaredest you've ever felt and put like a paralyzing effect on top of that.
Oh.
It's not a good sign.
Definitely not a good sign.
None of you have ever felt a presence like this before. For none of you have ever.
Well, no, one of us has. Walf has.
Oh, that's true. Walf, Garnan,
Sure.
you recognize the sensation
Yeah, Garnan has.
because you've been in the presence of a god before.
Torag, the god of pain and torture.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
But unlike this one, but like with that one, there was at least a level of security. They were trapped in the far realm, unable to get to you. You don't feel that security here.
I feel like we should maybe leave.
Yeah, we should have left like 2 hours
Yeah,
ago.
that joke got you, Elf. Good to know.
Okay.
It's fucking
Are
hilarious.
Oh,
are we all gathered
You guys,
together?
I would say, I mean, Garnet, you would technically still be out trying to. I imagine, unless you wouldn't have freed any of the people shackled, you would have
You
returned.
would have.
If that's the case, Garnet, you would probably just be finishing releasing like some of the shackled people, which a lot of humans, some elves and dwarves as well. There are some orcs here, which is kind of surprising. But to say, get the sense probably not affiliated with the Empire, or or maybe forced from the Empire.
in game time, how long have we been here? Just checking.
Probably like an hour, like almost going on 2.
I was right.
Yeah, like not that long. You guys are basically, because you guys can move fast, you guys can move diligently. You were injured, but not too badly. You guys were able to kind of push forward. But yeah, there's at this point, your guys' presence is at least aware.
All right. Yeah, I wanna thaumaturgy again. Because I don't know where Blue is, but I'm sure he's nearby. Blue, move these people into your not vault. What is it?
Doesn't
the dungeon?
have it.
You don't have
Yeah,
a
it
Doesn't
dungeon.
have it.
Belred
Never
at least
mind
would
then.
know he didn't have it with him.
Why don't
because
you
that
have
was-
it?
Because in
The
case
plan was
I
to
gave it to Milk.
in case Darlin fell.
Damn. Never mind then.
I'd have to go back to the normal plane and then come back.
If I banished you, where do I think Blue would show up?
You would return back to the material plane, but you don't know where. The banishment is random.
No idea where.
You would just return
Look,
back to the plane that
teleport
which
back.
you existed.
I'm gonna cast Banishment on Belwraith.
I mean, do you do it?
So
no.
I literally can't. I don't have it.
Thing is,
if you
thing is the only person that would have it prepared at this moment, unless any of you guys have it prepared,
Have it.
would be Knackle and Alosa.
Which doesn't
Who?
have Banishment, does it?
No,
what?
I
No,
only have
no, but her grimoire has it.
Oh. Oh, I do have Banishment. I lied. Never mind.
Actually, I'm gonna double check the witch's spell list real quick. Hold on. I think they might have banishment.
I don't have it written down for Witch. I have it written down for Paladin, though.
Well, for Paladin,
and
yes.
it is here.
For Paladin, yes. Hold on one second. I'm pulling up the witch's spell list. It's a 5th level spell. No, they do
I thought it
not.
was 4th.
Banishment's the 4th level.
Oh, it's a 4th level. Sorry. No, they don't. Interesting.
Why do I have Banishment written down?
Why don't they have banishment?
I
But witches are honestly, I might change that, because witches are supposed to be like masters of spirits and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was weird that they didn't have it too.
I say they should have the banishment spell. I'll probably add that later, but I'm not going to add it right now.
I think I have access to it if you want me to.
I mean, if you want to add that on there underneath blight, or it would technically be above blight.
Well, since we don't know where he's going to show up, it's not really worth it.
I mean, I do have
I don't
two
have
different teleport spells.
Yeah, the benefit here is the fact that if you banish him, Blue has a means to get to where he needs to go. The problem is if like you banished everybody. If you guys banished everybody, you would have
It's going to take way too long.
It would take way too long.
And-
The trick here is that if you banish Blue, you have to keep concentration for the duration, and then Blue would have to teleport to where he needs to go, which is a high level spell. But
then he'd have to get into the.
and then he'd have to get
into Avernus.
he'd have to get back to Avernus, which I'm gonna say this straight out. None of y'all know how to get here. Like, the only way you guys would know, feasibly know how to do it is, A, you made a deal, like, with an actual devil, and I'm not talking like, oh, an imp, I made a deal with an imp. Like, no, you'd have to make a deal with a high-level devil, and that comes with some pretty negative connotations. Or,
I mean, we do know it.
Can ask a thing if we
or you'd have to get an item that is
Let's try
attuned to Avernus.
I could try something.
Which no rules
Um,
necessary for like Blue or Henrik or anybody like that who would know. But as say for attune, would need a specific item to attune to a plane of existence. Like items have to be designed specifically to do that.
A forked metal rod worth 250 gold pieces attuned to a particular thing. I want to cast Sending.
All right, who are you casting sending to?
Or Bib's Master.
Oh, but I say fair enough. What would you like to say?
What's her name again?
Hold up, let me pull up my notes. Do. Where's
I know
Sarah?
she was like Firestorm.
Yeah,
but,
she is the Firestorm of Atharia. But let me pull up my notes. Let's see.
Gondor calls for aid.
Let's see here. We haven't done stuff with her in a minute, so I'm. Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah, since like what, Pegland?
Since
Second time?
yeah, it's well, Pegland and you guys met with her in Uskar.
Yeah, it's Uskar. Since I mean she's the Firestorm, she probably has something. She probably has plane shift and something attuned to this, or some way to get to here.
Which is definitely a possibility, but the problem is that she's also being tapped of her resources as well.
Which is why he's casting Sending Cast.
See here. Let's see here. Or the Avenger. Right.
You're a doggo.
Ain't my doggo.
Perfect place to pitch it down.
I know that would get you.
Let's see my notes on the Arcane Heart. Let's see here. My one-shot notes.
Malash's Sixth Call. I found some.
There we go. Thank you.
The Firestorm of the Fountain. Right.
Sorry, I have as you guys know, I have a lot of notes.
Yep.
All right, so you're sending a message. What would you like to say?
Send help. Nothing else.
Help
Then,
me.
God, yeah.
Send nukes.
Send dudes. Do you mean nudes? No.
gonna fight, you know.
Notes on Sornmar. Where's Bim's background?
Archmage Siskal. Steady transported to Avernus. Need your help via plane shift. We'll be arriving in New Storm in a bit. Many civilians. Please help.
Roll a d100.
Like keeping it as short as he can, since
Absolutely. Roll a d100. You have to roll above a 5.
the d20.
That's a d20. Okay.
50.
I'm gonna roll for her to see if a message gets sent back. Okay, message gets sent back. Understand your plight. Bit of a snag. Would need to go where my resources are. A bit of a pickle at the moment. We'll contact you soon.
That was, she probably has the tuning fork to this. Good.
You get the sense she has that, or she at least has something that might be able to help. But the problem is like she's also she's in a bit of a situation right now.
Yeah. Okay. I know how to do this. Remember times just ended apparently.
What's up?
I was just looking at what her was saying.
Oh.
The banishment will work to get me back. I contacted Bimp's master so we could get a plane shift to here. She said she'd contact me in a bit. So, would you like to wait or banish me so I could start moving towards New Salem? Since it would take me hours to get there.
I mean, the issue here is that I'm confident that my master would have something. But the last time we caught up with her, she was helping the people of Uskar, and they're still dealing with the ramifications of the beast. And probably a handful of those organizations causing problems there. I mean, we got here through the city's power. Could we do the same thing back, or would that be too much of a toll on the arcane conduit?
It's hard to say as well. The person who knows best is. Well, I think he's over there thinking we don't see him.
Because, no offense,
I imagine he's like hiding under one of the stairs.
He's hiding behind a tree.
Well, you're on the pedestal, so I mean, there are no trees up here.
He brought a tree.
Yeah,
he brought a whole ass tree.
Obviously, Winter. Come on.
No. Chopper. He's hiding
Are
like
there
Chopper
trees
used
in
to.
hell?
Oh my god! Henrik went into stealth mode in Divinity 2. He just randomly
I gotta stay out of their sight lines, the red cones of vision.
Yeah, exactly. He's just yes, exactly like Chopper. But it's just like I've been playing Divinity 2, and it's just like he just all of a sudden you just see a barrel just randomly there for no reason.
Just a bush and
just a bush or a box,
bush in like a stone room. Like you're inside of a house and there's just a bush there, and it's like, it's not suspicious at all.
No, what are you talking about? That was always there. Those indoor bushes.
Yeah, everyone has them.
Every time you look away, it's like a weeping angel situation. For some reason, the bush gets a little bit closer. You can't tell, but then it's in your face.
To hear what we're saying.
Yep. But yeah, I mean, Henrik would, but the problem is, again, wisdom of 1. He doesn't know if what you're saying is true or not.
being that we have so few options, I think we should send Blue back.
My only concern is the fact no matter how fast Blue is, that's still going to be several hours to possibly a full day.
Then what do you suggest?
You just see kind of Bimp like scratch her chin. I mean, there are a couple of ideas that come to mind. None of them are good. If we had a means of helping Henrik, he might be able to see what we can do with the arcing conduit. If we have the device for
I have greater restoration.
say
That one ain't work on magic sickness.
Ma-
No, I didn't think so.
magic sickness is basically the equivalent of developing a massive disease. Like it would be, you can't just take medicine and it goes away. It's something that unfortunately either it basically does a toll to the soul.
I figure the magic sickness is targeting the wisdom.
I can
I
only
mean, just kind of looks over.
And his max health, yeah.
yeah, well, that's the other thing is like,
Well,
that's the other thing, Blue. I mean, you would notice like Henrik definitely looks a lot more weary. Like a lot, like his body definitely, like you can tell that while Henrik is like typically he has the physique and the capabilities of that of a hardened warrior. You can definitely tell that he is pale skinned and he is definitely looking very like it's almost like his muscles have been drained.
right? Make an arcana check on something.
Sure. What would you like to roll an arcana check on?
Would the Ring of Molduk be stronger in hell because it's fiend magic?
Go ahead and roll me. About to say this would be it would be an arcana check. About to say because this is tied to magic and other planes.
Did I get that short rest while waiting for people to gather?
I would say, yeah, you would probably get a short rest because unlike everybody else, you just came back to the center. You didn't like go around and do a bunch of stuff.
I should have short
Then-
rested.
But to be fair, Kazir, you also made sure that
you were busy looking for imps.
Yeah, you were making sure that nobody knew the specifics of what's going on here.
True, true.
But 29.
29. You would know in his home plane that his Maddox magic would be naturally stronger. However, as the DM, I will inform you, magic sickness is a very particular thing. One wish spell won't get rid of both.
I wasn't trying to get rid of
I know.
both. I was gonna see if I could limit the amount of its effect rather than get rid of it.
It's kind of, I would say with that level of knowledge, you would know it's kind of an all or nothing. Like if you cast wish, you can completely remove an effect. But if you try to say like, I wish to reduce the effects, it wouldn't work. It would just simply, because it's basically like trying to use one spout to hold two faucets. Like these are two sources of powerful magic, unfortunately. Not to be a party pooper, but that's just the reality. Like Henrik knew the risks when he went into it.
Completely fair.
It's I do have something that can fix his mental state, and fix his physical one, but it would take a lot of stuff. I have the ring.
It's worth it if we can just get him back in working order.
The only other idea I had would have been a very dangerous one that I don't like at all. And you kind of see Bimp kind of wrap around herself with her arms. We could make a deal.
I'm vetoing that. That's not happening.
What happened?
Like, you just see Bimp is very uncomfortable with the thought of making a deal with a devil strong enough to be able to help you guys.
Well, the issue with that is the deal would be for a lot
Yeah,
to get
Yeah.
this back.
but it would save everyone.
True, but at what cost?
That's kind of the problem.
Yeah.
I also don't like that idea.
I have an idea. I could use one of the charges to get back here rather than waiting for the master.
Blue, do you think you could use the charges from that ring to get the city out of here?
I would
I
say
don't think the wishes are that powerful.
yeah. I mean, above board, once again, the reason why you guys couldn't stop the city from falling was because the city was designed not to let the gods intervene. That includes the devils. The ring wouldn't be able to bring the city back.
Gotcha.
It could bring the people out, though.
It could, theoretically. But just a reminder.
I think the ring we will need to use.
But just a reminder. Henrik's conditions can only be cured with the wish spell.
How many charges of wish do you have, Tiny?
2.
Fuck.
And even
I
though
thought it had 3.
So either I can cure both of his
Never mind.
conditions.
it's like this is the dilemma I put you guys in. Granted, I didn't make you use one of the wishes. You chose to do that on your own. But
Right.
the thing is,
Oh yeah.
as I have said, and I will repeat, I asked Herma flat out if he was willing to risk this. Henrik made his decision. I say, this is the price that was paid, and unfortunately, if you guys can totally do this, you could wish all these people out of here. You could wish yourselves out of here. But the problem is that
But we can't do both and also save Henrik.
True.
We have to put the needs of the many over the few. I think we should wish the people out.
How many of us have banishment able to be casted right now?
Knackle lifts up his hand. I do have a means in which to cast banishment, but I can only cast it once.
We don't have a plane shifting spell or anything.
Bimpka looks and goes, I have plane shift, but I burned all my magic trying to help in the fight.
We need
Do
rest.
you still have your little root from the Dewey Blex fight?
I do.
Would that give you the slot needed to?
It's only
Cast
for
it.
HP.
Well, it can
No,
it can
it's
be
for
used for
spell
HP
slots.
or
No,
spell
it's
slots.
for spell slots.
Oh.
That's the trade-off with that particular magic item, is the fact that if you use it, you can either use it to regain half your health instantly, or you can use it to get a handful of spell slots back, or one big spell.
Would you be able to get that spell slot back? Or that resource back?
I would, but I would only be able to transport 9 people. And if Henrik doesn't trust me, it won't work.
Right.
Which, above board, because Henrik has a -5 to insight, I can't speak for Herma, but I doubt Henrik would trust Bim.
Yeah, understandable.
That's true. Could use
Oh,
could.
Or suggest, yeah,
Charm person.
or
just
suggest that he.
But it would have to be somebody else
Person?
because she can't do both.
I can do, I think I can do either suggestion or charm. I can do charm. But I might need some help getting him to fail.
I can help with that.
You will not need help. It's a wisdom saving throw. I think you're okay.
Would I believe that charm person would work?
I would say with the way Baloo has described Henrik's condition and the way you see Henrik, you get the sense that charm person would probably work.
Okay. Then I will cast charm person on what's his nuts on Henrik.
Henrik, roll a wisdom save.
Watch
No,
it's
he
that
can't. No, he
20.
cast it on what's his nuts.
Oh, fair enough. Okay, what's his nuts? Roll me a wisdom save.
Yeah. Did he not show up?
Does
It did not.
Oh, that's
does
fucking bad.
Bim
Okay.
have a
You want-
fork or plane
You,
shift?
you want to choose a different target since he's not here?
Who?
What Winter?
Oh.
Does Bim have the fork or plane shift?
She has the fork for plane shift. Yes. She has one attuned to the material
Good.
plane. So because when you guys went back to Peglin, she took a few items from her master's thing, including a tuning fork to the material plane.
Oh yeah.
So it was quite a while ago, but I have that in my notes.
So, would you like me to return people to the material plane?
I mean,
Return the people to the material
Civilians
plane.
to the
I will
material-
charm Henrik and cast the shifting spell. I think that's a good plan.
I could fix Henrik and then return to people.
Okay, well, Henrik is charmed. He's happy with us right now.
yeah, with a whopping 3, Henrik, there's a level of peace. These people aren't here to hurt you.
Just Garnan.
Just go for it.
It's just
Just
Garnan.
to have charm person work, you know.
Hey, Henrik, buddy. You see all these people? They're really nice. If they need you to do something, go ahead and do it for me, okay?
Why are you friends with the slime mafia?
He thinks I'm
Because
a
they're a
slime.
good slime mafia. He just looked at Blue super confused.
I don't know.
There's
A
good
slime made my
mafias.
brain, apparently.
There are good slime mafias, I promise.
Is it because Julia Lux died?
It is.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
What the fuck?
I mean, I don't know about you. I don't know about you guys. I love low wisdom Henrik.
Yeah, Lowest of Hedrick is hilarious.
Okay, that's that.
Alright.
All right. So, Tiny, what would you like to do?
Yeah. Me.
Yeah.
Good question. I'm trying.
I mean, that's the thing.
Keep in mind, some of them are super infected, Blue.
You don't have to stress me out like that, man.
I
I'm
will.
already trying.
I will throw one thing out here. And I would say this because to Tiny and to Herma, and Herma, because you kind of have a brief moment of lucidity, because you have a high intelligence, I will say this for you two. You guys can save everybody here. You can save yourselves. However, there is a downside to doing that. You leave the city here.
Fuck
I
the
was
city.
wondering about that.
Well, here's the thing. Specifically, the Arcane
The
Conduit.
Arcane Conduit.
The magic.
Yeah.
We really don't need Asmodeus
I-
getting his hands on that. And I did not say that in character.
I know. We're above game right now. I'm just saying this as your DM because Blue and Henrik would both be intelligent enough to know this. You could definitely save the people, and there would not be any issues here. But there is a consequence to leaving the Arcane Conduit here.
Above game, I was gonna send the civilians back and go loot shit.
Fair, but
Well, Garnet doesn't actually know that the Arcane Conduit's here, does he?
I just want civilians
He would-
not here.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
which makes perfect sense because it definitely takes a level of stress off of you guys. Like
Yeah, true.
I just at the same time just wanted you guys to know, like, if you guys leave the city, that just just because of the fact
Big problem.
high intelligence, you guys, like, that's the thing, is like it could be big problems, it could also be no problems. Remember, the Magi specifically designed these things so that creatures like the devils and everything can't use them, but
Winter,
enough time.
how high from the ground are we?
You're
Garnet probably would have seen above the wall.
Mile.
So
pretty high. Yeah.
okay. I mean, theoretically, I could have Henrik take out the Arcane Conduit, and she could shift us while we're falling.
But drop like a nuke.
I mean, yeah.
That'd be funny.
It would be pretty funny.
Why do you want the Arcane Conduit, fake Garnan?
Because, Henrik, hear me out on this. We need to help the real Garnan and the real Blue.
So you admit you're fake. Okay, I still trust you for some reason. I don't know why. It's weird.
Just trust me.
Yeah, I do. I feel compelled to.
Man, I wonder why that is.
Why the Solaires? They don't know we're here. They just know a thing's falling out of the sky.
Well, it wouldn't be that hard to
It
find
probably
out.
wouldn't be very hard.
I really do love the idea
They're
of
gonna hate the
throwing this
broken
at.
skull.
I love the idea of throwing this at the fucking Blood War.
I mean,
That would be
That'd
really
be
funny.
fun.
I mean, if we're gonna be a little frank here, there's kind of a reason why, like, a certain someone caught your guys' scent. You guys kind of reek of the gods.
I don't.
I absolutely do.
It wouldn't take much
I
sleuth.
reek of a god.
Yeah.
All right, so fake
I
You
also
just
reek of
reek,
Avernus.
dude. You just smell bad.
Henrik, on the other hand, would probably be the only one who's safe.
True.
So fake
Kazir
Garnan,
canonically smells like shit.
Yeah, but what if we like throw it at the demons?
Well, we don't know how to move it.
Yeah. I mean, you can move the city, but the problem is you would be moving into an active battleground.
Yeah,
We
one
could
with-
just double up on thaumaturgy and say, "Hey, devils, get out the fucking way."
They wouldn't trust you.
Hey, we warned them. If they don't trust us, that's their own fucking fault.
Yeah, that's on them. You see the giant. You hear a voice from the giant city floating in the sky saying, "Get out of the way." I think I'd get out of the
Well,
way.
They also think I'd
Blue's
get out
playing
of the
bad to
way.
the bone.
just all of a sudden
Then
on the
that means
speaker,
everyone gets out of the way.
just on the speaker, all you hear is, "This is the greatest plan."
I
Not
started
everyone
something.
get out of the way. We stayed in Infernal because
I
you
don't
know.
see where it needs one.
I can say it in Infernal.
Yeah, but wouldn't the demons understand? And I mean, not the,
Nope, they speak
no,
Yeah, the
abyssal.
devils
also
and the
understand
demons would.
infernal.
Nope, they speak
Some of
abyssal.
them, but they
Oh,
understand
abyssal.
abyssal.
Okay.
I'll just say it in
That makes
both.
sense.
Fuck them all.
No, we'll try it again later, babe. If it cancels.
You guys trying for another baby?
No, Jesus.
No, she's trying to
I didn't
order
know
a
you
phone
guys
through
order
AT&T, and
babies.
it's fucking stupid.
It's never been explained to me how babies are made. I thought
Let's
you
let's
ordered
not
them,
let's
like,
we're moving
online.
Yeah.
on.
So a stork will swoop in
Not
with
moving
the
on. I
baby.
need time, okay? Trying to type out the way.
Yeah, it's
Fair,
it's
fair.
a
Okay, keep in mind
it-
I
that
it's
am
we
looking
also-
for a very, very detailed
Shut up.
explanation.
I'm trying to explain it. So a stork will swoop in with your baby after you
Yep.
call the
Right.
you have to
Tiny.
call customs. You
Yeah.
have to get it confirmed
Sure.
through
Make sure
customs
that
if they
you say
come
the same
internationally.
time too that they left.
Yep, present day.
Right.
Yeah,
Present day material.
you have to make sure you call it customs because they do
Yeah.
have to come in
Yeah.
through
Mhm.
portside
Mhm.
because
Yeah.
there's storks from
Yeah.
England.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because everyone knows babies
Mhm.
grow
Yeah.
in England. They have the fertile
Yeah.
soil
Mhm.
for babies.
Mhm. Yeah.
So the stork
Obviously.
swoops in.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'll
Right.
take
Yeah.
it'll take
Yeah.
about
Mhm.
2 to
Mhm.
3 hours to fly
Mhm.
from England to here.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a quick flight.
No.
Yeah, no,
No.
they're a little bit fast.
No.
Well, the thing is, they actually like go through a wormhole. So
Yeah.
it's actually
This is
Yeah.
low
Mhm.
wisdom Henrik
Mhm.
talking.
yeah. But anyways, they come through
Mhm.
portside.
Yeah.
They go
Yeah.
in,
Mm-hmm.
and can you shut the
Mhm.
fuck up? Let
Yeah.
me explain it, you piece of shit, you motherfucker. You.
I'm telling you that I'm letting you know that I understand what you're saying.
No, no,
Okay.
we shouldn't, Winter.
Can you say it? Can you say it a bit
Mhm.
slower while I'm
Mhm.
talking?
If
Like,
you
put,
both be
Mhm.
quiet,
put some intervals, like
Yeah.
some long
Yeah.
intervals
Yeah, I
between
can do
the
that.
mhm
Yeah.
and yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why aren't you doing it then?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, essentially, I knew going into this that there was definitely going to be a lot of complications. That's kind of the point.
Oh yeah.
These are not complications. I'd love to have one session where there isn't a complication.
That's not true. You guys have
We
fucking
need a
bulldozed
beach
through a lot
episode.
of quote unquote complications.
Give
Oh,
me a
yeah,
beach
definitely,
episode, Winter, please.
Hey, what's the planet's name?
Bruomia.
Bromia.
How do you
I'll
smell
spell
that?
it for you.
Spell that.
How do you smell
Thank
it?
you.
With your
How
nose.
do you
How do you
spell it?
spell that?
We are 14th of Mgon currently, correct?
Yeah.
Correct, Winter?
Let me check my notes. Yes.
Oh shit. Right. Okay.
Because the date has not
You're
changed.
328 or you're 327?
It would be 328 because 327 was when the campaign started and it's been over a year.
Right. Gotcha.
Yeah, so we can go back to 327.
Yeah, but three.
We start our regressor playthrough and like we get a perfect run. Like we got into the game plus.
Mad guy.
Unfortunately, that didn't
No,
work
Age of the Lightning Bolt.
because when you were doing the sewer level, you needed to do a specific jump in a corner of the level, and you could have skipped past certain things, and you would have been able to get the perfect run.
We had a non-optimal run.
We did have a non-optimal run, to be fair. If I could replay it, I would start by like going Henrik 100% of the way and not have like that Skulven arc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
was fucking hilarious,
The other thing
dude.
you could do is get the follower Belwraith way sooner.
No, I think we should come to him later because he
think we
plays
have to
more.
skip
he
that
wouldn't
guy.
have
I
had
think
his
we
He's
skip that guy
more-
completely and go straight to Zenmove.
Well,
I mean,
he has more importance
who?
later in the quest line, so I think we let him build up a little bit of influence a bit longer. Like we let it marinate a bit longer before we go grab him again.
I will say this: if you guys would have went east instead of north, but I'd say I feel like Skulven's story, as Skulven would have had a much more probably gnarlier arc.
Well, the thing is, he had to go north either way because of what happened with the Ettercap.
Yep, that's fair. But I'm just saying in general, if you guys would have went east, there probably would have been a much gnarlier arc.
Good to know.
Oh, Winter, for the super old sessions, do you want me to skip ahead in the when you had the private moments? Because I have not been so far.
I think that at this point, majority of those private moments would have come to fruition, or you guys would be aware of them.
Okay.
That is say, because you guys are level 19 now. But I think majority of everything has come to light.
Well, Skulven stuff never did. We just
That's
never
fair.
learned
That's
about
fine.
it.
That is that's a fun that. But if you want to really watch it so you can see all or like hear all the things that happened, you absolutely can.
Oh yeah, I've already added questions to the doc based around Skulven specifically because of that shit.
Ooh, I look forward to answering those questions. There was the thing is, like me and Herma did talk about it when he was initially.
Is it
bringing up-
Lolth? Is it Lolth or is it someone else?
It's not Lolth. It's someone else.
Okay.
It's a shadow person.
Yeah, it's essentially a shadow being.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's Brithmos.
So
Oh,
It's like Christmas
Tiny.
with a wolf.
They're you forget that Fearbolg are from Tosquedal. They're not Atharian.
Hey, maybe not all Atharian civilians?
It said you guys. Oh, well, civilians, not you guys, because technically you're not civilians.
All civilians
Yeah, we're
from
not
the
but if you
material,
say
all
all
civilian,
Atharian.
all civilians from the material plane. So we don't like accidentally get like fucking civilians from hell or
Well,
some
what
shit.
if some of
Well,
them
hold
are
on. Why don't we just say all?
No, I'm kidding.
What?
there
Girls
could be devil civilians. Like
all the
inside and
civilians
out,
of
there's a
Starlum.
technically civilian.
The residents.
Yeah, all of the
No.
civilians of Starlum from the material plane.
The problem with that is the Garnet's people aren't from Starlum.
Citizens of
The civilians.
We're
from
not
the
saying
material
they're
plane.
from Starlum. We're saying that they are at Starlum right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because currently, with how that's currently, I believe how that's currently worded, every single civilian in the material plane is going to be moved 600
That'd
feet
be
north
funny.
of Starlight. It would be funny. However,
all civilians from the material plane currently in the city the floating city Starlum.
I like that.
That works.
I feel like we
All
need to say
civilians
something
in
about it
Starlum.
currently being in Avernus, though.
Yeah, not a bad bet. I mean, there's not going to be
Yeah, I
many
mean-
floating cities named Starlum, but
You
know.
never know.
Yeah, safe over sorry.
There's also you guys could also just change that for I wish for all the civilians from the material plane in Avernus to be automatically, and that just sums up all civilians here.
Oh, that's true.
Yes, but also that would sum up the slaves that they might have, or like people like tieflings they had
Yeah, but that'd
forced
be
to
funny.
fight the blood war.
Well, we would want.
Like that would really piss
I
them off.
feel like that'd be,
That'd be funny.
fine.
Fuck 'em.
That'll definitely piss off all the fucking devils in hell.
Well, to be fair, if they're being forced to do all that stuff, they wouldn't be considered civilians; they'd be considered slaves, which is different.
True.
And they would be combatants.
It ultimately comes down to the components. If they consider themselves a part of here, then yes, they would be slaves, they wouldn't be transported. But if they felt themselves to be like forced upon their will that they are still civilians and they are being like controlled, then they would be sent. Like basically,
I mean, you could also look at it.
Go ahead.
You could also look at it in a more literal sense of whether or not they feel this way about themselves. They would still be considered combatants in a literal sense, in that they're combating, they are armed and are fighting actively.
I mean, yeah, definitely an argument to be said there. It just ultimately comes down to.
I think we should.
It comes down to you, Winter.
I think we should specify like in the floating city Starlum.
I think so too.
Yeah, I mean, totally. Because at the end of the day, like this is your guys' decision. I'm just the floating bystander, making sure the world keeps running.
Well, I think it'd be funny. I don't want to come to Avernus to get those soul coins just to be fucking hated.
Immediately, like, yeah. Like,
Hey,
don't
you're a
fuck that.
bitch.
It would definitely add a level of challenge, but I imagine coming back here anyways is still going to be a challenge because you're also the champions of fucking gods that hate them.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Considering Sabros, Yine, and the Raven Queen hate the Hells.
Just send Henry. It'll be a solo
Yeah.
mission.
Just hire mercenaries
Hey,
to go
who
to
said I was
Avernus.
playing Garnan for that one shot?
I'm just saying, if you guys go back into going back into the
Yeah.
Hells, like
Just send Henry.
just
It'll be fine.
pointing out there, and technically of all of them who would be filleted alive, it would be Kazir.
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
the
not
fucking
Belwar?
champ. He's the no,
Mr.
because he's
Demon.
the fucking champion to Zuggetmoy, a fucking abyssal prince.
Yeah, good point.
Oh, that's scary.
He would fucking skin him alive. Like technically, if they find out and catch whiff of that abyssal magic off of him, that would be enough for them to want to skin him alive.
I knew it would bite me in the ass.
Because you guys would also know that they don't make deals with demons.
Yeah, so for that one shot, Stray, maybe just don't play Kazir.
Or maybe just probably hold off on using your warlock magic.
Or just don't play Kazir.
Also do.
Yeah, because there
No.
would be like holding off on his warlock stuff. Definitely.
Besides, he can retire with his wife.
Okay. How's that looking?
Wish for all the civilians from the material plane currently in the floating city of Starlam in Avernus to be automatically plane shifted to the material plane 1,600 feet to the north of the new Starlam, standing on solid ground on the 14th of Emgon at year 328 in the Age of Enlightenment and Authority on the celestial body in Verona.
I mean, yeah.
Well, if we word it like that, there's a possibility Winter shifts it so that they actively watch the thing happen, and they're in the morning, so they get reslaved, and this just happens again. So maybe we don't specify that day. Maybe we just specify current
I feel
time.
like I
That
don't
day,
think
the
Wish is
date-
that mean of a spell.
The problem.
Winter could be
It's
that
an
mean of the
infernal
DM,
wish.
though.
It's an infernal wish.
Oh, it is an infernal wish.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
say Tiny's doing this very logically because
Yeah.
the thing is that when you get a wish spell from a devil, even though it was no strings attached, technically, the wish itself still has to follow the rules that all devils follow. So it's like
Yeah. So I would.
What
I would
time was
get,
it when we left?
it was the morning when you guys went into when you guys were having to rush through. So if you put like the afternoon of the 14th of Emgon, they would probably
Yeah, so like midday.
Yeah.
So it'd probably be midday.
Good thing Winter is a good DM and willing to help with.
Yeah, well, I
fixing
mean,
the
the,
wish.
the thing is, I'm not here telling you guys what to do or how to do it. You guys are simply just asking questions and I'm giving answers.
Well, I mean, you did just give hints as to. Well, you could wish for afternoon.
I legitimately kept my mouth shut when when it was titled like all the civilians of this place because I'm like, and then that's when WoW brought up like, oh, I don't know, we should probably be a bit more specific. And I'm like I'm literally over here just shit.
Yeah. I know your tricks, motherfucker. I know your
Fair.
tricks.
Trying to figure out where in that to put the midday bit, like solid ground on 14th.
On midday of 14th of Emgon. Maybe.
Should we specify like 1 p.m. material realm time and not like fucking other time shit?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Possibly.
Mm-hmm.
Good bet we should. This is gonna be a fucking word sandwich, dude. Jesus Christ.
Might as well. Yeah.
Yeah, might as well be as specific as possible.
A wish doesn't need to be like one long-winded sentence, right, Winter?
No, the wish. The thing is like think of a devil's wish. Think of a devil's wish as like a contract, and it's like, however,
you don't pay anything.
yeah. However, as I've told Tiny, and Tiny has been very careful and very cautious about this, if you wear the Ring of Wishes, you have to be careful when you use the words "I wish," because
That's why he usually has it in pocket.
Yeah, because it can go off with just by wearing it.
Yeah.
But it's like that's why why Tiny has been very smart with Blue, and Blue has been keeping it either in his pocket or in like a box. Like he has not been like wearing it.
Usually something lead lined. So on 1 p.m. material realm time, 14th of April, gone at year 328.
Let's say at 1 p.m. material realm time.
Yeah.
Just so grammar is correct and Winter doesn't manage to twist it.
I gotta say,
Standing
so
on
much
top of
distrust here.
It's a hell's wish.
I
I
don't
don't
think-
trust it.
Standing on
Never
solid
trust your
ground,
DM. Rule number 1 of D&D is not don't split the party. It's never trust the DM.
Wait,
Currently
I
floating civilian
did the wrong.
Starlum in Avernus to be automatically plane shifted to the material plane
I-
1,600 feet to the north of New Starlum, standing on solid ground at 1 p.m. material realm time, 14th of Emgon at year 328 in the Age of the Enlightenment, in Atharia, on the celestial body Baruo Amia.
I'd add in, like, with 5 meters between each person. Oh, wait, you guys don't know what meters are.
Meter is
Instead of
roughly
on-
7 to a yard.
Let's say
It's a
instead of
bit-
on solid ground, at surface level. That way they don't get transported to a cave like 300 feet underneath.
Or, like, a foot above the grass, because then they, like,
Yeah.
drop a foot and you're fine.
Oh yeah, true.
One of them falls,
And
breaks his
also
ankle.
you have
Ow!
to be above.
My
A
leg!
If
foot?
they break their ankle, they're fine.
Yeah, you know what? Breaking an ankle is slightly better than death. They can fucking sue us if they really want.
They're gonna file a complaint to HR.
I feel like we're gonna win that fight.
Yeah,
In that, I'm gonna kill them.
Say standing at surface level.
Standing on solid ground at surface level.
Yeah.
With 5 meters from.
Yeah, with 5 meters between them. You can just add that at the very end. You could just say
Why?
5 feet, that way they all take up a bunch
Yeah.
of squares.
5 meters is pretty spacious.
Man,
your
too
mom's
much over
pretty
too
big.
little.
Surface level is 5 feet between each civilian. 5 human feet.
Well, I mean, feet is
Uh,
standard of measurement.
My
Yeah,
only
but again,
concern would be the people who are ill at this point.
oh yeah.
They can separate themselves. I don't care.
Yeah.
to be, let's say, safely automatically plane shifted so that it doesn't just spawn a fucking demon directly on top of them.
Gotta
A
add,
soul
like, 5
coin
safety
spawns
within
in fucking Blue's pocket as he finishes the wish.
that.
Horrifying. Horrifying.
Yeah.
With 5 feet between each civilian makes me think, oh yeah, 5 human feet in between them instead of
Yeah, that's
you know.
that's what I'm thinking now.
Hey, space is
But, like,
space.
that ought to be
Distance is distance.
I honestly think
If-
meters would be better there.
It's better than getting fucking telefragged.
Yeah, I say you
Well, I
change it
mean,
to
we can
meters
use
instead, because I don't know how you would
grammatical things like
do that.
interrupters or shit, or maybe some proper punctuation.
I'm gonna just
Really
do
fun.
meters.
Yeah, just do meters.
500. What the fuck?
However, one other thing that one last heads up. Don't forget that you guys that planar shift works on 9 people.
Mm-hmm.
Doing the math real quick. Balwraith.
Why
Henrik,
specify
here.
plane shift? We can just say automatically transported.
Well, no, for you guys.
He's talking
No.
about the wish.
I say for you. Well, the thing is, no. For the wish is fine because wish can break the boundaries of the base rules of the game.
Blue, can you banish yourself?
No.
If not, I can
Someone
banish
can
you.
banish
and
me though.
Yeah, I can banish you and be fine. I
I-
can use hex orbs. For
I'm
it,
just
so.
I'm just bringing it up just because like for after this, if you guys are asking Bimp, and Bimp again would also has who has an intelligence of 20 would be able to inform you guys that it'll only work on 9 people, and you guys are 10.
I can just shove Knackle into a bag of holding.
Possibly useless idea or question. Is it possible to teleport across the Grand Line? I know you can't physically cross it, but can you teleport across it?
You can, but from what people have been told, teleportation magic is very finicky and weird on the Grand Line. But I say it basically can telefrag you.
What is the? It's Paltea or something like that below.
Below
be right back.
below Idrish is the country below Idrish Ankala is the country of Posea. Posea.
Posea.
Yeah, Posea is the only country that exists that connects the northern and southern hemisphere.
Okay. Do people travel between that
Yes,
often?
They do.
Okay.
However, there is a catch, and technically the only person who would be knowledgeable of that would be but I say Blue and Kazir.
Okay.
And that rule is no humans. Yeah.
Because they're probably torn apart like fucking crazy, I imagine.
Yeah. Also, it just doesn't help that humans have very bad relations with the people who run Posea.
Fair.
I'm back.
Okay.
It's fine. I'm a Kenku.
I say my Thursday group learned that when they accidentally got teleported to Posea.
Oh.
Yep.
I'm gonna go meet your Thursday group. All right.
Yeah, well, they're not there anymore. They're back in a Tolvor now, but it's like because they made a deal with a Magnolian.
Cool.
Okay. I think the wish is good.
I wish for all civilians to move to Street City on automatically plan check to produce. The unit of measurements to the north is New Star. I'm staying on solid ground at surf level with 5 feet as in the unit of measurement between each civilian at 1 p.m. material firm time on 14th of Emgon in year 328. Age of Enlightenment and Atharia on the Celestial Body Brutal. Yeah, that one's good.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Specifying as in the unit of measurement. Alright. That good? We're good?
I think we're good.
Anything else?
Hold on. Well, which for all civilians? Currently in the, okay. I was just making sure it wasn't specifying the civilians of the city of Starlam. But yeah, in the, it works.
Okay. Blue, I think you're good.
Okay. I wish for all of the civilians from the material plane currently in the floating city of Starlum in Avernus to be safely automatically plane shifted to the material plane 1,600 feet, as in the unit of measurement, to the north of New Starlum, standing on solid ground at surface level with 5 feet, as in the unit of measurement, between each civilian at 1 o'clock p.m. material round time on 14th of Engon in year 328 in the Age of Enlightenment in Atharia on celestial body Bromo. Room.
Mouthful.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
It is a mouth. God.
Talk about a word soup.
Alright.
Alright, Winter, what happens?
Alrighty. So.
Everyone fucking die.
No! But as a blue, as you cast this wish, you guys all see as that nightmare horse like sigil on the ring comes and ignites in flame, and you watch as the eyes burn bright as one of them dulls and fades into nothing. And as you guys watch this, you watch as the civilians just suddenly like are just teleporting away, like almost like ashes in the wind. They just vanish into nothing and just. However, as you cast that wish, that baleful roar in the background suddenly becomes much, much louder.
He's pissed.
Not in the sense, again, that that the creature is closer, but it wants
He's
you
just
to
pissed.
know. But it wants you to know that it knows. Because one thing I mentioned a while ago, Blue, Tiny, do you remember why Matic was locked up in an infernal puzzle box?
He does shit.
Yeah.
I'm trying to. Why was he locked up again?
He was locked up because he
Obviously, I remember, but like,
because he attempted a coup d'état against Asmodeus.
Oh,
He is considered an
God damn it, Stray.
God
God damn it,
Don't
Stray.
take a look at this. Not to hold it.
To be fair, if Stray wouldn't have, you guys never would have got the Ring of Wishes.
I still blame Stray.
we would have just.
I still blame Stray.
I mean, fair, but still, it
just-
wasn't completely my fault.
Upon doing so, Blue, you just basically let out a surge of his magic back in the Nine Hells.
Yep.
Oh God.
Basically, you essentially kind of think of this like Mulan. You lit the flame, letting them know.
And now all of China knows we're here.
Yeah, exactly.
We're going. We're going. We need to go.
We need to get the arcane conduit out first.
Yeah.
What if we crash the city? What happened to that idea?
We need to get the arcane conduit out.
I guess I'm gonna
That
go
will
get
crash
the
the
arcane
city.
conduit.
Well,
I'll be back.
Hey, Henrik. I say we all follow Henrik towards the arcane conduit.
Agreed.
I don't like being followed.
I will not follow you then.
We won't follow you then. We'll just walk in the same direction.
Yeah.
Okay, that works.
all right, you guys start making your way.
I love dumb Hendrik.
I say you guys start making your way.
Yeah, we're gonna go quick, I imagine.
Quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blue and Kazir, because of your passive
Yeah?
perceptions.
Oh.
There's a cloud
Oh.
getting closer.
Oh, fun. Let's go faster. Let's go faster.
Blue.
I don't think that's a cloud.
Yeah,
Blue.
What are clouds in hell?
no, there are no clouds in hell.
I don't know what that is, but it's
There's clouds in hell?
I mean, with your guys' perception check, as the cloud is getting closer, you definitely know that the clouds shouldn't be able to parse and change into. Oh fuck, that's a lot of That's a lot of devils. That's
Oh, that's a lot of devils.
That's more than you can count on your hands and your toes.
Hey, quick question. Do you think we have 10 minutes? Just 10 minutes.
No.
No, we do not.
But how funny would it be?
It would be.
No.
It would be very funny.
So funny.
to what? Oh,
I think
yeah.
it's
Could have
worth a
done it
bit.
while
I think
For
it's worth a
forbidden.
bit.
No,
And-
no.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely almost worth it.
I think it would be one of the only things that could put a pause to the blood war.
You should have done it while waiting for all this shit.
We were
Yeah.
busy. We were running around.
Yeah.
I mean, in theory,
Uh,
it would have taken a
let's-
while
let's-
for
Let's just go.
Blue to have
We
written
don't
that
have
down.
to.
To never mind.
And I think that really would have pissed Tiamat off.
We can just do a force cage, right? You have still have spell slots.
No.
No.
Fuck.
No.
We can't do a force cage. I lied.
Okay, we just be fast. That's all.
Also, force cage wouldn't
Hey.
work on Tiamat.
I'm not worried about Tiamat. I'm worried about the cloud of demons following us.
We'll
There's
just be fast. It's fine. We be fast.
I still have my 6th and 7th level spell slot, so
yeah.
I
Well,
have a few.
not that I
Here-
can do anything with them.
here's a fun fact. Knackle, Bimp, neither of them have anything above a 5th level spell.
It's fine. It's fine.
Oh, hey.
Just be
I
fast.
have 5th level stealth. That's good.
How long does it take for us to reach place?
Depends. How fast are you going?
Fast. Very fast.
As fast
Yes.
as Henrik can lead us, basically.
Yeah.
Henrik's moving at how much?
I mean,
Oh yeah, Henrik's like ungodly fast.
Yeah, 480 feet per turn. Because he hasted himself. So he's going fast.
all right. So you guys are going
Yeah,
as fast
so-
as you possibly can.
Yeah.
Humanly possible.
Yeah.
Absolutely. In that case, because you guys are exhausted, you have done back-to-back fights. You have been you have gone through a lot in this time, and only one of you has taken a rest since the whole situation has happened. That is everybody, including Blue, but Blue, the DC will be lower for you. I need you all to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Oh,
Alright.
please
You
don't be
remember you're near
bad.
me, so you have my plus, and you also. Have
You're also near me. It's
Oh, yeah.
minus +4. What's your modifier?
+9, +5. It's +9 total from both
Plus
of us.
5.
Oh, not too bad.
23.
16 +3. I got a
4,
19.
5, 6, 7, 8.
So,
28.
26.
ooh. Why am I hearing an echo? I thought I was. Maybe I was not.
19 for me, Winter. Does
Okay.
that succeed?
That succeeds.
Okay, cool.
I say 22 succeeds. 20.
19 for me.
19 succeeds. Better say 17 plus stuff
17
succeeds.
plus- yeah, my brain, not math, right?
Yeah, it's plus an additional 8, so that's a 25.
I got a 28.
28 success. And I say so you guys are all able to do it. You guys are definitely really feeling this now. Your bodies are you guys are starting to get to the point where your bodies can't keep going at this pace. I am A-okay. Yeah. There's a lot of dangers. I'm in danger.
I don't understand them. They're horrors beyond my comprehension. I don't get
Exactly, especially for you.
But you guys are able to make it to the arcane conduit very quickly. But as Blue and Kazir, as you guys get in there, you do see that they are coming closer to the city.
Fuck the city.
You would, wouldn't you?
No, I'm not big enough.
All right. So as you guys get down, about to say Henrik Blue, you got no rolls necessary because you guys know exactly where to go to get back to the arcane conduit. Which, just to remind you guys, the arcane conduit is fucking huge.
I think we just fucking destroy it.
About to say, yoinking it is not really much of an option here.
Sure it is. Bigby's hand.
About to say, I don't even think Bixby's hand would be strong enough to be able to pick it up.
What about two
What size
Bigby's?
category is it?
What about two of them, Winter?
Yeah.
Because
What size category do you think it'd be?
I apologize, Tiny. People were talking. I could not hear you.
No, you're fine.
What was it, bud?
What size category do you think it'd be?
This would be at this point it would be, because based on how I described it to you guys, it is like it almost looks like a power cell that would exist like on a fucking, like if I had to make a comparison, it would probably be like the size of a power cell on a fucking starship. Like it basically, size category would be, I would say it would be on the border of gargantuan. Like
two Bigby's hands. And
could I cast reduce on it?
You could try, but you would know that these things were designed.
Yeah, they're designed like
They're designed.
Bullshit.
Remember the magi specific, like you remember, like only Henrik would really know too much about how this works, but Blue would know lore wise how this would work. They basically built this thing here. Like you get the sense that they probably had demons transport this thing from wherever it was to here. Like they probably built a thing or a city around this thing.
Winter.
Yes.
How big is the cloud? Like, how many feet wide would you say?
How many feet wide? Oh shit.
Yeah.
How many miles wide?
Oh, I'm checking.
It's probably at least, if I'm taking guess, 3 miles
All I'm
wide.
saying is all we need is one hunter archetype ranger, and he can take them out.
Well, unfortunately, we don't.
You get the sense, like, wide.
Yeah.
About to say, if we're talking area, probably about like 3 miles wide.
Jesus fuck.
You are in Avernus. I don't know what else to tell you.
Yeah, we're in their hometown.
Okay.
This is like being surprised.
This is where the military is. That's like breaking into the Pentagon and said, "Who brings all these soldiers here?"
Do we want to break it? I have something that I could do.
I don't think
like,
it would be a good idea to break it unless we could figure out a way to break it after we leave.
Garnet wouldn't know, but Ralph does.
I have a way to break it.
You're not breaking it. You don't break this shit.
Well, then let.
Winter,
You know what
how
happened
the fuck
last
do we get
time?
on board?
You know what happened last time we shut down something that was like, I shut down something that was like our Grand Archive level.
Yeah,
there was a crater in the earth.
That was
what if I want
miles
that to happen?
wide.
I have a way to blow it up after we leave.
How? Just
I have this nifty little spell that I have a spell that Solomon gave me. I can essentially make grenades. I just never used the spell.
I'm not sure that would be powerful enough to destroy it.
How does slimes know spells? Maybe he's not a slime.
Well, you know Glade knows spells, anyways.
Yeah, but that wasn't necessarily the same thing as a slimes and plasmoids aren't the same thing.
I mean, this spell does double damage to items.
These are solid spells.
Yes, but still, this is something that's gargantuan in size
and also
and oozing power.
also, just a reminder, remember, these things were designed to not let magic interfere with them. It could work.
Yeah.
It could
Sounds like
work.
magic.
But it just, I would even say Blue, with Blue's intelligence, even he would know, yes, it could work, but the problem here is it's not a guarantee, and there's
Yeah,
definitely,
and we need a guarantee kind of thing right now.
you could
I
definitely,
could
oh, go ahead.
combine vaults of music and make a freaking bomb. Black hole.
Yes, but could you set that up to go off after we leave?
Yeah.
I have an idea that I don't want to
It'd
try.
be annoying,
I
but
have
yeah.
an idea that I don't want to try.
Oh,
Just
Oh,
tell it.
God.
Just
I'm-
because why
what
not?
if I hooked up the arcane conduit, like the power source for the arcane conduit, to the Enigma and just let it fire?
That would do it.
I mean, you could.
I'm
I
being
I
so
don't wanna
willing
try
to
it,
see that
but now
through.
that I said it, I kind of do want to try it.
Yeah, do
I
it.
want to see it. I want to see it.
Hey, Gordon, can you
Set it to
banish me?
overpower.
I-
Boom.
I will
self-destruct.
Slayers, get out of here. I'll follow you shortly.
Garnet's just gonna look at Blue. Choose to fail. Banish.
Choose to fail.
I'm using hex orbs.
Fuck.
Okay.
Fuck that.
Who are you casting banishment on?
Blue.
Okay.
Blue.
So, Blue, do you choose to fail?
Yeah.
All right. You guys watch as,
Fuck that.
yeah, Blue, you vanish, and I need to roll some dice real quick.
Oh God.
Where am I going?
That's the thing.
Someone that was
Fuck
Somebody in
only
Avernus is gonna
knows.
be hunting us after this.
So to start off, because I want dice to decide this, Blue, I need you to roll me a
Aye.
D100.
bet.
Okay, you're in the northern hemisphere.
Good.
Good.
That's all that matters, I think.
Yes, I just wanted to throw that in there first, and then, oh boy, I have a lot.
He ends up in Zachary.
I have a list here. You know what? Roll me another D100.
Oh
It would be
God.
so funny if he randomly showed up in Jazzmere.
73.
73. All right.
Yeah.
Blue, you teleport,
You're rolling for coordinates.
and basically you.
You fall in the ocean.
Twilight.
No, that was an option on here, but God, that would have been so funny. Blue,
It's fine. Blue has water rocket.
you fall into, like, you kind of fall, not necessarily like in a, like a, oh, land on my face, but more like on your feet, just kind of like, because you've never really been banished before.
Blue's never been banished
'Cause-
before.
Because you've been, I mean, have you been banished before? We've been playing this game for a long time.
No.
How'd I
No,
say?
he hasn't.
Blue's never.
So you were
He's
safe.
never
You,
been hit by
but
banishment.
banishment specifically says you were transported to a safe location.
Eh.
I gotta say, but you do find yourself in a boneyard, which is safe.
Oh.
You see a land desecrated. It almost looks like dead land. You see that there are roaming storms with orbs of different colors, kind of like going by. You see the ground has been ruptured in many places. Doesn't seem like there's a soul for miles. Gotta say, I mean, if you want to roll roll a check to see if you can figure out where you are, you certainly can. Or if you just want to go like, nope, fuck this shit, and
History?
this would be a history check, because you're trying to determine like your knowledge, your mental knowledge to the surrounding that you know.
21.
21. It takes you a second, and you kind of have to like bend down, and you almost like run your hand through the soil. This is cracked soil. Like this actually could grow like vegetables, but it has been worn out like by like giant footsteps of sorts. You're not quite sure. Like whatever creature made these footprints would definitely have to be pretty sizable. and you like based on like the weather phenomenon and the way like the ground is, you get the sense that you are currently in the naturally torn apart country of Sindus.
Oh, nice.
Great.
Cool.
I'm gonna go visit that one vampire.
Just go find Balthazar. Hey!
Hey,
Yeah.
Balthazar. I
On
was in your neck of the woods.
I figured I'd say
Nah, go
hi.
find Molduck. Tell him
Um,
that I released his energy into hell.
Woohoo! I mean, you'd have to go pretty far. You'd have to go to the far north. You're not exactly sure where you are in Sindus. You just know you're in Sindus. But I say the only thing is, on the bright side, you know that one of the Titans passed by a while ago, meaning that they're not here.
Yeah.
Because if you guys remember
Blue
about
sounds
Sindus,
good.
if you guys remember about Sindus, being a Lord of Sindus, you need to be able to defend the city from one of the 3 roaming Titans that absolutely decimate everything in their way.
Yeah. Weren't they setting up a temporary teleportation circle in New Starlum?
Yes,
I'm
they
pretty
were,
sure.
but unfortunately
Yeah.
unfortunately, unless I'm trying to remember, because it has been a minute. I don't believe you were given a teleportation circle to New Starlum because they were trying to set it up. Everybody had to travel there.
I know I was
Yeah.
given one to Maka.
You were given one to Makanali, that's for sure.
Oh yeah.
Which one is close? I just need some place to get my slots back. Is Makanali or the College of Whispers closer?
Let me check the map. Hold up. I fortunately got the
I
map
think
of
the
Tharia.
College of Whispers.
I also think it's the College of
It is the
Whispers.
College of Whispers because that's in Bulmar, which is closer to Starlum.
Yeah. Then he's gonna go to Bullmore.
Absolutely. So you're going to like find a clear space on the ground and pull out the crystal chalk.
Yep.
And cast teleportation circle. But I say, make sure you mark off the use of resources.
Yes.
That's the trade-off with teleportation circle. It's a really good spell, but it does cost money and it costs money for resources. Fortunately,
that's a lot of money.
Yeah, fortunately for Blue, it isn't a ton of money because of the fact that you are well off. However, you can only carry so much on you at a time.
True.
And there's also a limited amount depending on where you go, and other spellcasters want it.
Yeah.
So, that being said, though, you cast teleportation circle.
Yep.
Alrighty. It takes you a brief moment, but as you cast it, and you find yourself in a nice environment. Warm, but it looks like construction, like you still see like construction people working as you see a couple of robed figures look in your direction and go, hello?
Hi, Bluewood, I need to go. Y'all have a good day. He is soaked in blood.
Are you sure you don't need any assistance?
Baby?
You look quite injured. Are you sure you don't?
Stardom's gone. Not in the sky anymore. I could use some healing.
I mean, we can do that for you at least. And you watch as one of the clerics like touches you, if you permit him to.
Yeah.
And between the 3 of them, they can get you back to full health. They're willing to use the spell slot. It's not like they were doing anything that day.
Yeah.
They were just
Do y'all know if there's any way to
Go ahead.
do y'all know if there's any way to get to New Stardom fast?
I mean, aside from flying, not really. There are horses if you want to take a horse, but it seems like he looks at your shoes. Well, not your shoes, he looks at your ring and he just goes, I feel like you can probably get there faster.
Yes, thank you.
Absolutely. Best of luck to you. Best of luck to you, Mr. Ward.
Thank you. Best luck to you too. And he starts moving.
All right. You just start huffing it, and then you use the ring, start flying.
Yeah.
Just Superman soaring through the air. Alrighty. So while you're doing that,
Okay.
well, we can basically ensure Blue is busy. Ouch! Stop biting my leg! She just keeps coming back in here and just sassing it up. Step on the
Nah,
gas.
that shit.
But,
No wheels, just gas.
you need tires, you
Could I
idiot!
retcon some real quick?
Oh,
Could I have
What's
cast fucking Bardic Inspiration on Henrik before I left?
I will say yes. Because it does, there's no
Just gives
rules.
them thumbs up as I'm
Yeah.
being banished.
Yeah, there's no rule saying that you have to be in the same plane of existence to be able to continue to use it. Hell, there's no rule saying you have to be alive to use Bardic Inspiration that was granted to you.
Yeah. It just lasts for 10 minutes.
It just lasts for 10 minutes, which is all Henrik gets. Alrighty. Alrighty, so back in the room. So Henrik, Herma, you can write down that you do have that. However, I will say this. The lucidity will only last until the charm person wears off. Once that's gone, Vanessa, you guys are back to one wisdom, Henrik.
How much longer do we have on it? Like half an hour or
Probably-
so?
It's an hour, so you guys have only had it on for like 10 minutes at most.
Okay.
So yeah, plenty of time.
You guys have plenty of
I
time, but I'm
will-
just giving a fair warning because, like,
I
if you
will
guys get out of this
re-roll it when I
alive,
need to.
if you guys get out of this alive, like there is going to be a consequence.
After a
Yeah,
certain
because
point,
Henrik will know he's been charmed.
Yes.
right now we need to just look at the short term and deal with the long later.
Yeah. So, anyways, fake Solaris, get out of here.
Okay.
We kind of need you to come with us, though.
I can banish myself. You wouldn't know that, but I have the ability to.
Oh, okay.
Just looks at Bimp.
Are we sure we want to do this?
We're already here.
Of choice.
Okay. Fair enough. And that is a good point. Henrik can banish himself, but it'll be random.
Again, later issues.
Fair enough. I mean, here, but I
He'll
say
figure it out.
Bimp will look at you guys and
He has a flying speed of a god knows.
True, but he doesn't trust anybody and won't talk to anyone.
Nah, he's smart.
But I say, Bimp looks at Henrik and goes, "Be careful, Henrik."
I don't know you.
Hey, don't knock my microphone
Henrik.
over, you cat.
So on point. So on point.
I
Henrik,
don't know
I'll
you.
leave you with
And-
this. Don't be too pissed in about an hour.
And
Bimp, go, go, go,
and
go, go.
Bimp will concentrate, and you watch as she pulls out the tuning fork. And as she does, you guys watch as suddenly I will ask: does anybody resist the planar shift spell?
Nope.
Nope.
All right, Garnan.
Nope. I'm good. Let's go.
All right, you guys feel that tug and that pull as suddenly everybody but Henrik gets pulled out of Avernus. And you guys arrive just outside of New Starlam. Because planar shift lets you be specific. So you guys are currently on the outskirts of New Starlam. Safe.
We're safe. What about Henrik?
So, Henrik, you are currently inside of Starlam, your home city, where you grew up, where you got your education.
I think.
What would you like to
I
do?
don't know,
Yeah,
I can't inside the walls very well.
that's very true. Based on
He's going to try.
based on what you were told, this is true.
He's going to try to hook up his Enigma to the Arcane Conduit as like a power source.
All right. I will say this, Herma.
Yeah, of course.
Are you sure?
Yeah. In this case, it's not like trying to like fuse them together.
No.
It's just a
you are-
temporary power supply.
But just a fair warning, you are essentially attaching a Game Boy to a car battery.
I am well aware of what it's like.
Okay.
I am most aware, Winter.
Okay, I like as your DM, I'm just saying, are you prepared to face the consequences?
I've been prepared.
Okay.
I've been prepared for 7 weeks.
All
2
right.
weeks.
Fair enough. Henrik, with your knowledge, go ahead and roll me a tinkerer's check.
Okay. Flash of Genius, and we'll use the Bardic.
Okay.
This is gonna be so funny. I can't wait.
Oh, wait, no, not. Oops. So
that's
11 plus 31, 42.
42. Alrighty. Very quick as lightning, fast as you possibly can. You are you basically take your knowledge and you are essentially pulling out, like, you see wires and you see various bits of technology that you're at least aware enough to know how it works, and you essentially, like a fucking redneck, essentially connect this gun to a factory power source. No, I'm sorry. I need to point out the absurdity of what you're doing. You're attaching a gun to a nuke. I am just saying.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough. You attach it, and you hear the hum coming off of that power source going into this fucking gun. You right now, if I had to make an apt comparison, you basically have turned your gun into the final weapon at the end of Resident Evil 3. Like the gun that Jill uses to fucking murder the BFG. Like,
You hear a voice in your head, fire towards Tiamat.
alright.
I don't know. Which way would he fire to? Because did he see Tiamat? He's kind of blind.
He didn't see Tiamat per se. He just saw a cloud. But I'm certain if you
yeah, he's gonna aim towards the cloud. Is where he's gonna aim it.
So you're basically, with these connections, you go to where an opening is, so you can see the outside and just open fire.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as you go, the cloud is much closer, but Henrik, you do see a 5-headed dragon.
Ah, scary. Boop.
Coming across the battlefield.
Oh,
So
no.
you fired the gun?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you firing it at Tiamat or the cloud?
Well, the cloud is kind of in front of Tiamat right now.
Yeah.
So it basically, to put this in perspective, I mean, realistically speaking, Henrik's gonna get like one shot with this.
Right.
And on top of that, but the thing is that this shot is going to shoot so much fucking energy that it will probably slice through this. Probably.
Roll
It would be
6,000 d6.
So
it would be kind of funny if Henrik 1v1'd Tiamat.
So
that probably won't happen. I'll probably maim her though. That'd be pretty cool.
So
definitely one head removed.
Herma.
Yeah.
You're taking aim.
Yeah.
Are you aiming this right down the center?
Yeah.
Okay. I need you to roll to hit.
Okay.
It's gonna be a d20 plus your bonuses plus 20.
Oh. You know, I'm gonna sharpshooter as well. Not sharpshooter. I'm gonna flash it as well.
Oh dear God!
47 to hit.
47, alrighty. Well, I can tell you confidently, none of them have an armor class above none of the ones in the cloud have above a 40 armor class.
I don't like how you specified the cloud.
You rolled 1 above Tiamat's armor class.
Holy
Oh, hell
Christ.
yeah!
Oh yeah.
Oh, Christ.
This is
That's
like
all
firing
we need. That's all we
fucking-
need.
Henrik,
the cannon of cannons.
I need you to roll me. But I say your normal gun damage. We're gonna start with that.
Oh God.
Yeah. Is she immune to the elements?
She is immune to the elements.
Like
Immune.
fire,
lightning,
acid, yeah.
poison, acid, and cold.
Okay, cool. So in that case, it does no damage because my gun is purely elemental.
To her, well, at least from your base stuff. But for the devils who only have resistance to these things,
Oh.
Don't you turn immunity into resistance though?
No,
I mean, it's God, so I doubt it matters anyway. But
no, I don't. Then what?
That's Kazir you're thinking about.
Yeah, I was gonna speak up.
oh,
And that's only
resistance
with poison.
is plain.
okay,
29
alrighty.
levels.
And this is probably the most damage I've ever asked someone to roll. Herma, roll me a D1000.
Oh my God.
Holy shit.
A D1000
Oh,
a D1000
Nat one.
plus 500.
Jesus fuck.
I'm gonna get a nat one.
Holy
God
smacks.
Damn.
84. That's
depressingly
low.
tragic.
Damn.
That's depressing.
Gotta say,
Can I give him one of my inspirations?
you
to
certainly
reroll
could if you
that?
wanted to. Do you want to?
I'm doing it. Fuck it.
Absolutely. Gotta say, reroll it, Herma. Yay!
Yeah,
That's still
Yeah.
not great.
That's better.
Better, but not great.
better, but not.
It's me, guys. You're asking for a lot here.
Gotta say,
Can I
Sep-
summon an inspiration to
so,
give him?
but allow me to. Well, I mean, if anybody has inspiration, you want to give it to Herma, you certainly can.
I don't.
You
but
know-
I
get
can
inspiration.
You know what? You
If
know
I get
what?
Wait, I have inspiration, I think. Did I not get? Yeah, I got it. I got inspiration from last session.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You got 2 last session.
Oh my God, it's just getting
Guys,
moderate
we're on a trend here. The more I use inspiration, the higher it gets. So I think I'm gonna use that second point of inspiration because I might die here.
Oh.
You know what? You know what?
302.
Hold up. I'm gonna be
All
that guy.
combined.
I'm gonna be that guy. I'm gonna be the DM that lets you fucking do this. Herma, roll again. I'm gonna be that guy, and I'm gonna let you roll again. Do it. Rule of
Wants to see this happen.
60,000.
Rule of
60.
what the fuck?
What is your
Make it
luck, man?
60.
Dude.
Oh God.
Uh-oh.
Why is Tiny
That's so
getting
fitting, Tiny. That's so fitting.
You know what? Actually, you know what? Wanderer, Walf, fucking Stray, all roll me a D1000. You take the highest of this
Okay.
team. Let's fucking do this.
Ooh.
Hold on. I don't know the command. It's semicolon R1D1.
No, it's
Yeah,
R1.
yeah, 1D1000.
R semicolon.
R semicolon.
No,
No,
no.
it's
No, semicolon
not.
R.
No, you
Semicolon.
had
You
it
do
right.
that every
I
time.
derped.
All right. Looks like the
Damn!
highest
All
is 889. So you do Herma total.
1389.
So let me paint you a word picture. Yay! Like a scene straight out of fucking Doom. You watch as you feel your legs buckle, you feel your hips lock, your arms go sore as you hold your gun and you blast it and you see a fucking beam that spreads out into multicolored energy as you deal, well, 1,389 plus 28, so 1,417 points of damage. To put this in perspective, all the devils in there are fucking dead. Like, no. Like, there was no chance. But to boost your ego there, Herma, about to say there was a couple of pit fiends in there, so you basically just killed, like, some of the fucking guardians of Avernus here. And as it booms through that, you watch as it hits Tiamat. And Tiamat takes it with stride at first, but as it hits, you watch as it, like, she is having to actually put her claws down and hold herself in place as this 5-headed queen of tyranny actually has to stop for a moment. You halted her
Can I make her a
movement
4-headed divinity?
as she lifts her head at you. And you see the beam still coming out and still hitting her, and she is slowly moving towards you. But you hold, I imagine you're holding the beam.
Yes.
As you do, you watch as it hurts and burns, and you watch as, oh, here's the thing though, her tiny, there's a catch with all of this. With that
we haven't
check,
gotten to the good part yet.
with that check, you made the gun work using it as a power source. And now we deal with the side effects of you doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, there's consequences for every action. You can't have this kind of power and just be scot-free.
No. I gotta say, with that happening, Henrik, I need you to roll me. I'm going to need you to go ahead and roll me
6 saving throws.
I gotta say, there are 3 power sources on the Enigma, correct?
Yes.
As this happens, the first thing I'm going to need you to do is I'm going to need a Constitution saving throw. DC,
Of course.
but I say DC is 35.
Oh no.
Oh. There's a chance in hell, boys.
There is always a chance in hell.
Nope.
Nope.
Not here. Not this hell, though.
I need you to roll me.
Not in this realm.
I need you to roll me. It's my favorite number. I need you to roll me a Wisdom saving throw.
Of course. Going for negatives here. Oh, fuck. Okay.
Failure. And I need you to roll me an Intelligence saving throw.
Ah, here we go. This is something I can get behind.
27.
Flash of Genius for a 33.
I say 33.
Fails.
Still fails. So 35.
Christ.
Henrik, you knew what doing this would do. As you watch as your gun starts to light up, starts to glow, you watch as the conduit starts to light up and starts to glow. As you watch as the power sources crack and break, and you see the magic coming. Herma.
Yeah.
What are Henrik's final thoughts?
I wish that my final moments were with the real Solaires.
Oh, that's fucked up.
As you watch as Tiamat unleashes a breath attack back at you, not that it mattered. As the arcane conduit cracks and breaks, and the city, and nobody else sees it, but a whopping ionization of the entirety of Starlam.
Guys, I set off a nuke.
You did. You very much did.
You set off a Death Star and a nuke at the same fucking time.
Oh my god, yes.
Just for funsies, because of how much power was coming off of this and it imploded all in one area, I'm going to roll the dice to determine how much damage this would do.
Yeah. Also,
Everything in hell is angry at us now.
satisfy my curiosity, Winter. Does that count as me being killed by the Enigma?
Technically, yeah.
Okay, I am now a Lemure in hell.
Oh nuts!
Imagine you killed yourself again.
Oh no!
You
That
take
makes
8,697 points of damage.
Jesus Christ.
Nice. I have 3 HP.
Yeah, so
Back.
You're fine. You're fine.
So
Henrik?
all of those demons are also in the
Oh,
river Styx.
Actually, counterpoint, Winter. Light shot, baby. That saves me every time, right? That's
It would not protect you from this, and you know that. I will say this, Henrik. The arcane heart is destroyed. Your weapons destroyed. Everything
That's
on
fine.
your person is destroyed.
That's fine. It's better that no one happened.
It's true. But
Oh yeah, especially no one in hell.
Henrik is dead. But what a
no.
what a fucking way to go, though.
I'm crying.
Yeah.
Genuinely, it's hard to be sad because what a fucking way.
That
What a way
is
to go out, dude. Holy fuck.
exceptionally epic.
Did I make
That's
you the
legendary.
Four-headed dragon empress.
You definitely. I will say this. The Thursday group will definitely know about this.
Oh my god, I want to hear their reactions when they hear that someone actually wounded Tiamat in the hells. Oh yeah, roll wild magic.
Wild magic, obviously.
Yeah. Roll for it.
I want to see
Yeah.
it. Please trigger. Damn it.
Oh man.
Ooh.
I'm actually, you know what? I'm gonna be that guy. There's no fucking way you doing that would not trigger a wild magic surge. You like
I feel
you
like it would trigger like
you
3.
jerry rigged that thing to fucking boost all the way to
Would it not
maximum.
trigger an extreme wild magic surge?
Technically, it would, but we're just gonna go with a base wild magic surge.
Okay. 34. Some of those comedic ones was like, Henrik's armor goes invisible, and then he gets evaporated.
You have not gotten 34. Let's see what let's see what you got. Let's see what happens.
Imagine it fucking saves him. That'd be so crazy.
That'd be insane.
Show me something good. Let's see here. 34. Where are you?
Probably the 34th one.
Yeah, if you look on the list, it's probably the 34th option.
So actually, to put that in perspective, technically, you would not have had to roll the damage.
Oh?
Huh?
But I say 34 was fire everything. When the next attack, the attack that you did on this effect does maximum damage.
Oh, it's 1,500 damage.
God!
So
we wasted all of that.
So we wasted all of our inspiration.
I'll be nice for you guys who use inspiration. You can have it back because technically that wild magic surge would have gone off. But yeah, unfortunately though, Henrik is dead.
What a way.
You know what's really kind of sad? In story, we have no.
Yeah, you guys have no idea. To your knowledge,
You know what's even sadder?
What?
Herma's not gonna get to level 20.
oh,
No,
Well-
I think the most tragic part about this is that he believes that he was without his friends.
Actually, I got enough experience
In a
from this
way,
fight
yeah,
that
died
I
alone.
ended up level 20.
I will.
Actually, if we were going by experience just now, I would be like level 30 right now.
Oh Jesus! But
Yes, because experience is a fair and balanced way to run your fucking team.
How? Yeah, come back as Skolvin. That'd be neat.
That would be really dope, honestly.
I say
Winter would tell you.
Yeah, that would be a massive
That'd be a
conversation.
long conversation.
Yeah, that'd be a very, very long conversation. Honestly, it'd probably be easier to go save Henrik than for him to take up Skolvin again, considering he hasn't played Skolvin since level 5.
Fine, he's just a
It's only 14 levels. What's the
Yeah,
problem?
it's just a homebrew paladin subclass. We don't have enough. We have enough paladins. It's okay.
Yeah, the thing, it would be easier to go find the lemming in hell.
And even that's hard as shit.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing, is that you'd have to find a. But I mean, you guys are level 19. It would take you, if you're flying at max speed. How fast can you fly if you dash? So 165 around. I would say this: if you were willing to make 4 Constitution saving throws, you could technically make it there in a day. Oh.
Oh.
It's midday, right?
Yeah, it's midday. You could be there by late night. So like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. But I will say this: you're going to have to make 4 con saves.
Hi, Cameron.
And if
I could get there faster
Hey.
if I slept.
Well,
No.
Cameron just messaged me saying, I just fell asleep watching YouTube. It started auto-playing Winter's stream. This motherfucker let off the weirdest scream about maximum damage, interrupting my dream.
You're welcome, Cam.
It'd be faster if Blue just like slept in
Yeah,
town.
teleported.
Since he can actually teleport there.
Yeah, legitimately, if Blue slept for 8 hours, he could just teleport there, and he would be there in an instant.
I do want to do something with Blue though.
Sure, what's up?
Since he's gonna sleep, he's gonna like get an inn in the town.
Absolutely. About to say nice
Alright.
inn, like normal inn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just normal inn.
Normal
It's
inn?
just
Okay.
a bed.
All right, fair enough, fair enough.
All he needs is a bed. Blue would like to ritual cast the Song of Divinity.
Ooh.
Oh.
Which
is his bardic version of fucking commune.
Yes.
Oh yeah, okay.
Okay. You take the time to do so. You play a song that definitely hangs in the air, almost angelic in sound. But as it plays, you hear that melancholy tune, as you are tied to the goddess of death.
That was the.
No, if
he's gonna be playing the. Huh?
No, good.
You go first. What you said?
I say it just very much hangs in the air. You definitely feel that that familiar presence, almost like wings wrapped around you.
I heard your warnings. I felt your warnings. It is done. But are they okay?
You hear that song in the air. It starts very nice and very melodic, almost in a sense of like, yes, but the last line cuts hard. The note gone. Like almost like someone played the song incorrectly. A striking note. Saying, yes, mostly.
There isn't anything to get him back this time, is there?
You hear a very light tone. you get the sense there is still a chance.
Shit, so I get one more. What should that one be?
It's up to you.
Gonna come back as a one wisdom fucking whatever the thing he turns people in is.
Well, I mean,
That's gonna be funny.
realistically, he is a lemming. Like, it's not.
I don't know what
but,
a lemming is.
Yeah, but Blue wouldn't know that. He just, as far as he knows, Henrik's dead.
Yeah.
Isn't a lemming like the little rat things?
Well, Henrik has stated that his gun sends the creature to hell, or transfers their soul to. I haven't deleted the sheet yet, so I can still look.
Don't delete the sheet.
It sends them to
Don't
the
delete
the
the sheet.
mirror in Avernus, no less.
It's the tricky part, like, to put this in perspective, in a broad strikes and terms here, Henrik died. It doesn't mean he's gone. It's just that
His soul isn't where you'd expect to look.
Exactly. It's more along the lines of having to track him down. That's the tricky part.
All right, there's D4. You guys are gonna outweight it.
Yeah.
Now the thing is, does Henrik get killed because his soul got transported to the mirror and the gods are pissed, or the devils are pissed at him?
It's like, that's the tricky part here.
I wouldn't know. I'm not Henrik anymore. I'm dead.
Yeah. Only a wish spell or killing the lemur and casting true resurrection on the creature's original body could restore it to life.
The creature's original body is fucking gone.
Yes.
Yeah.
But true resurrection does work. It's just that you guys would need to go find a diamond worth 25,000 gold. But a wish spell does work. I mean, Blue, you still have one wish on that ring of yours.
And one more question for Commune.
That's true.
Would you blame me if I were to bring him back?
You feel, at first, almost like the sounds of an angry march. And then it softens. You get the sense that there's a level of frustration, but they would not. The answer is no. I would say, Tiny, doing this, Henrik stuff would be gone. But you could bring him back using that to bring him back without the magic sickness. But his items, especially the Enigma and the Arcane Heart, were fucking eradicated.
Yeah, completely.
The only thing that saved Henrik by turning him into it was him being turned into a lemur by the Enigma. His items were left behind and were. It's kind of like Belwraith. It's kind of like Belwraith. All of his stuff stayed behind when he was disintegrated, but everything else would have been absolutely decimated. It's just a good thing Belwraith kept all of his stuff in a.
Raven Queen approve of resurrection?
The but I say the Raven Queen does not necessarily approve, but Henrik has proven to be an ally to the gods, even in his twisted way. He would allow Blue to do so. Well, she, technically. Carrion is technically speaking through, but you get what I mean.
What's Tiny
Out
gonna
of
do?
character, I'm just gonna ask you, if I bring you back, you'd be like making the Kieran joke like that.
Yeah.
Henrik wouldn't be like in the fighting force.
I mean, I lost all of my good shit.
Yeah, not to mention, I'm gonna ask this question flat out. Was Henrik, or did Henrik keep the ingredients for the cure on him, or was that in the portable dungeon?
I think that was in the portable dungeon, wasn't it?
Okay, I'm just asking you.
That was in your lab in the portable dungeon, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same place that you studied the hag.
Yeah. You could bring Henrik back, but Henrik would be, and he would still be a level 19 artificer. However, he would lose everything, including the arcane heart. However,
Well, like we kind of
Which completely makes sense, given the
make the cure.
Sorry.
However, you would still have gotten the boon of the Magi, though. So Henrik would still have an intelligence of +6.
I think he should come back as a level 20 artificer.
I would say he'd still level with the party.
That's so sad, Hermo. Holy fuck.
It's the side. But at the same time, what a fucking way to do it, though.
Amen. That was so fucking epic.
But you are an artificer, and I think, of all people, if anybody could rebuild, it would be Henrik. Like, we could totally, you could, say that's up to you. Totally could.
I'll need to think about it.
Absolutely.
I will need to think about it.
Then it'll be canonically Blue's thinking about it.
Okay. Well, then I will ask this, then. It is 2 a.m. Would we want to leave this as the cliffhanger for the end of the session?
I think so.
No. Fucking no.
Yeah.
I don't want to, but it makes for a very good cliffhanger.
It
Yeah, you
does.
need
Fuck all of you? No.
And
You're
it's
outvoted, motherfucker.
I don't
it's
care.
bad.
Fuck you and fuck your
I'm
democracy.
simply bringing this up because we've been going for about 4 hours. It is almost 2 a.m. I have to work in the morning.
I don't care, Winter.
I'm
Also,
the
me and Winter
dungeon
got
master,
involved.
motherfucker.
Me and Winter have to talk.
Yeah, this is gonna
I
happen.
also have to talk with you about my game.
Yep. I say. The thing is, as the DM,
And let's end it so you
Yep.
can talk.
I'm going
Yeah,
to
alright,
make
let's
I'm going to make the executive decision here. Blue, holding that ring, with the presence of the Raven Queen
Crying.
fading away, tears down your eyes. Whether Henrik comes back or is gone forever, that's to be decided. And that is where we will end the session for tonight. But can we just take a second to just fucking talk about how Herma basically rigged up his gun to fucking shoot a laser beam?
I love the analogy you used to the Game Boy to a car battery.
I mean, yeah, that's essentially what you did.
No, it isn't a Game Boy or a car battery. It's a Game Boy to a fucking nuclear power plant.
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
I
Yeah,
feel
that's
like
more
that's more
accurate.
accurate.
This is like the Death Star. Practically, kind
The
of.
thing is, when you said it, I'm like, "Are you sure?" And you were like, "Yes," and I'm like, "You understand?" Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Then But
What
I
a
say,
tragedy.
Dude, I had the idea, right? And like after I had the idea and I said it out loud, I was like, "There's no way I can't do this.
Yeah.
This has to be done."
So what's the scar on Tiamat look like?
Yeah, how's she looking?
she's
Yeah,
definitely.
She the foreheaded.
But I say,
Dragon
She got a
Empress
good.
thing?
She got a good hole in her wing.
here's the thing. She's definitely got some damage to her. I will say this.
Yeah.
That's not even a tenth of her health. But
yeah.
Oh, sure, but
That's unsurprising.
but it's
that's more damage than any
I
other mortal has ever done.
It does more damage to
Ever,
her.
actually.
I will say
It does more damage to her ego.
Yeah, it does way more damage to her ego.
This is-
and as a
Did you
dragon,
just fucking Rylanor Tiamat?
pretty much, yeah. And I will be completely frank here. About to say it was very much more of a bitch slap to Tiamat than anything else. Like basically, Henrik whipped out his dick and whacked her with it. Essentially, is a kind of a more accurate way to look at it.
Then didn't Tiamat take the nuke damage from the city exploding?
Oh yeah, she's fine.
Yeah.
She's fine, but it's still funny.
She is a devil.
You got to understand.
Everything in Avernus is mad at us now, though.
She is the queen of tyranny, and goddess of chromatic dragons. Like I hate to tell you this. I mean, granted, Henrik is probably the mortal who did the most damage to her ever. Like,
I think he's the most.
the last person.
I think he's the only mortal who has ever done that much damage to a god. Period.
But I say, to put this in perspective, the last person to do that much damage to her was a fucking dragon with goddamn platinum scales.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
To put that in perspective. So, like,
What's Bahamut thinking right now?
I mean, Bahamut is probably going like, "Holy shit!"
He's laughing his ass off.
I mean, the thing
all I'm
is,
saying is,
Uh,
she got pimp slapped by a mortal with no celestial backing.
to a dragon with an ego of her caliber, like, holy fucking shit! Like, that is probably the biggest insult to fucking her ever. If you guys ever go back to Avernus, she might actually choose to kill you personally.
We have to
Right,
go
so we are
back.
not getting those soul coins at Avernus.
We have to.
The problem is, you have to.
We're gonna
You
just
guys
dip
have
in, dip
to.
out.
Man,
You know what? No,
Garnan
Tiny
can
has
be
to,
mine.
actually.
No, Garnan has to as well if Tiny doesn't.
How many devils did I kill just now?
Why does Garnet have
I
to?
do have the number here.
'Cause he's the second.
Oh,
Would you like to know how many devils you killed?
yes.
And I say, you killed a grand total of 1,722 devils.
Yeah, I think he got me beat.
12 of them
Holy
being
hell.
pit fiends.
I
Why?
feel like you have me beat.
So campaign 2 is going to be a little bit easier now, huh?
Well, you say that. Devils reproduce fast.
They fuck.
They fuck now? They fuck.
yeah, but he damaged their numbers, and now the demons are gonna.
Yeah, but the thing is you say that, but then he dropped a nuke where the demons were.
Yeah.
And also the city.
So
Yeah.
It's raining. It's gonna be raining rubble for a while.
the battlefield is definitely going to have a quick break, considering the fact that both sides just took a very heavy toll.
This is the first time that the fucking blood
How
war
many
has stopped.
demons did he kill?
I would need to calculate that. A lot, though, because
Around the-
technically the battlefield was right beneath you guys.
Several thousand.
But I say,
Easily.
you like landing that shit in the abyss of the door, the river Styx would have been a lot harder, which is why it's like we could land it on the demons. It's like, that would be kind of difficult. But like, you did land where the battle was taking place, so I'd happen to say high hundreds, low thousand. Hedging bets.
Yeah.
But yeah, like pretty bad.
pretty good.
But I said, no, really good. No, from the good god standpoint, fucking slam dunk. Good win. Good game. GG's. But as far as like evil gods go, especially like Asmodeus and the fucking Abyssal Princes and the Lords of Hell, yeah, no, they all fucking hate your guys' guts. If they hated you before, they hate you even more now.
Yeah, no doubt.
Like I'll tell you this much: that the Abyssal Princes, if they hated you before, they hate you now. And Asmodeus and the Lords of Hell definitely hold some hate for you. But I tell you what, Matic probably would like you guys more.
Completely understandable.
Blue's gonna tell him once he's finished balling.
Sounds good. He'll probably go like, "Oh, good job."
The GIF I sent in the D&D chat, that accurate?
I mean, yeah, pretty much. That's why when Blue asked the question, like, would they be against it? It's like there's a level of anger, but the good God can't ignore what Henrik just did, and also
now he's the more in hell.
Not to mention all of the things that Henrik's been doing to help the Solaris and everything. It's like it's kind of like
I DM'd you something just now if you saw.
Oh, abso-fucking-lutely.
Figured. It seemed fitting.
Honestly, Irma, respect. Like, just, but I gotta say, I obviously I'm ending the stream now so that we can talk and converse and everything. But for stream purposes, thank you guys so much for watching. Like, holy shit, this was definitely not what I was expecting to happen, but I knew something like this would happen.
And I'm gonna be going back and watching the old streams again and just remembering the shit that we're getting up to now versus then.
Mm-hmm.
Like back then, oh, we killed a Bolgratar. Oh, Valasmir exists. Oh, dude got kidnapped. Henrik just about blew the entirety of Avernus up.
Well, at least the battlefield of Avernus. About to say, I wouldn't say
the entirety of Avernus felt it though.
Oh, the entirety of Avernus definitely felt it.
I remember talking about like if Starlum fell with you, and it was like, well, the thing that killed the dinosaurs was like 6-ish miles. So Starlum's bigger.
Yeah, accurate.
But also, to be fair, this meteor that did kill the dinosaurs
was also
moving
moving
a lot
faster. I feel like it evens out.
Kind of, yeah. But the difference here is the fact that like the Hells are used to crazy ass shit. Not at this caliber, but they're used to crazy ass shit, and they're quite hardy.
This is like earth-shattering, but not the worst thing they ever felt.
Yeah, about to say them getting Avernus completely getting overrun by the demons. That was worse.
Earth-shattering is a very literal choice of words.
but for stream purposes,
hell-shattering.
Exactly, hell-shattering. But for stream purposes, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. We'll be back at it again next week, dealing with a decision of like whether or not Henrik will come back or not, which that is up for debate. But for now, you guys will catch more. You guys can catch more on Monday as me and Walf will continue playing more Elden Ring, as long as Walf's available.
I'm gonna be thinking about this so often.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, this is a thing to remember.
Oh, 100%. But I say just another moment, Dad. But for now, take care.